Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof, and welcome to the 36th session of Shadows of Sorcery, now live on both Twitch and YouTube. We're here. We're on both platforms. We're trying something. Hopefully figuring things out as we go. Yeah. 36 sessions in, and we have finally found the plot. Kind of. I think. I don't actually know. Maybe these guys haven't found the plot. But yes, welcome to our intrepid band of adventurers who are this evening joining us. And we shall figure out where we're going from there, I think. Who wants to do the recap? Nobody? Nobody wants to do the recap? Okay.
I can do the recap.
Okay, you want to do the recap?
Yeah, I have notes.
You have notes! Makes a change. Okay. Zarian is going to do the recap. Go for it.
Okay, so we found out a couple things last session after our talk with our old friend. Mostly the fact that Isaac's daughter has been kidnapped by like this poison specialist Carnifect person. We then found out that we still hadn't really properly identified the cursed suit of armor, the Mortis armor, in Horace's trunk, and Horace also left to go on their kind of own adventure. We then went to get that identified, and also is it Daenerys or Daranax? That's it. We went to have a conversation with them about their contractor, Gabriel Blackwood, and went into a little bit of a pub conversation with them where we discussed going to steal their contract and entered into a contract of our own with them. Yeah, Prod also got the Mortis armor and started wearing that. We also found a little bit of information about anti-magic. We got some magic items, and now we're planning the heist to the vault underneath Blackwood's estate.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
And we traumatized an elf.
Oh yes, and you traumatized an elf. Or very specifically, Prod traumatized an elf.
Oh yeah, they gave them a new kink. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was the thing that happened. So yeah, a lot of things happened last session, and now you are all en route. As I understand it, you guys last session decided that you wanted to go and scout out the villain's lair, as it were. Which is going to be interesting, I am sure. Let me quickly figure out where I left you all. You guys are down here, aren't you? Yes. So, Lying will be here in a moment, hopefully. I hear that a spider has barricaded them in the kitchen. What was that?
Fawn.
I see. Hopefully, Elfie will arrive within the next half hour or so. If not, I will poke them, because they may have forgotten. But we shall see. Actually, they're offline. We'll give them half an hour, and if they don't show up, I'm going to poke them. But yeah. Wow!
What the hell?
What was that?
For once, not me.
That was the MSN nudge noise when you said you were going to poke them.
Oh my... Really?
Yeah.
I'm not meant to get notifications on the D&D scenes for the stream, so that worried me for a moment. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna give it a moment for Lying to get back here. And,
Lying is dead. There is only
Lying is
Spider
dead.
now.
Oh dear. Lying has been killed by the spider. I see.
Oh no.
Spider 99, lying 1.
Step into my parlor. It's totally safe.
Uh-huh. Definitely.
We have cookies in there.
Ooh, cookies.
Ooh, cookies.
What kind of cookies?
Raisin.
No.
Too late.
Shit.
Anyway, yeah. Our intrepid party of adventurers, now one of which is cursed, the others of which have entered, or all of which have entered into a demonic contract with an Ernies, are on their way to do a little bit of recon, as I understand it. What is your plan, intrepid adventurers?
We had a plan.
I don't know. I assume you did.
I mean, I guess we were gonna look where we could possibly, like, dig under the estate wall and,
Yeah,
like,
we
try
were
and figure out how to enter the vault in general.
Yeah, we were going to do reconnaissance. Was the strongest thing we settled on.
Try to figure out how long it would take us to mine through the wall.
Yeah, that would be an age if it was just normal Earth.
Okay.
Go back to the magic shop. Hey, have you got an enchanted pickaxe I could borrow?
Efficiency 5, please.
Nice.
Preferably with unbreaking as well.
Yeah, or mending. You know, at the end of each session, we just section off some of our XP for the pickaxe.
Okay. So, you guys are heading up to the Blackwood estate here in town.
Yes, the Blackwood estate. The estate owned by Blackwood. Blackwood's estate.
Yes.
That is it.
That's
Maybe.
it.
What's it to you?
It's gonna be
Okay.
one of them sessions, isn't it?
It is going to be one of them sessions, apparently. Okay.
But again, when is it not?
So, let's fly.
Whee!
We. Okay. So, you guys head up out of the lower district into the middle district of the city.
Ingvar, are you okay there? Falling down an open manhole, it seems.
Goodbye.
Wild.
I'm not even touching them.
And you start making your way up towards the High District, where the estate of Lord Gabriel Blackwood is located. As you're making your way up the street, you notice there is an increased guard presence here in the sort of streets leading up to the High District. It seems that prior events have caused the city guard to increase their patrols in this area. You also all notice, as you're all walking along, in fact, Prod points this out first because it's his face, on a few wanted posters along the wall, as well as a sketch of a hooded figure and a dwarven fellow, perhaps? The sketches are very loose, sort of what may have been from a passers-by, maybe witness perspective from far away. But they're close enough that if you squint, they would probably resemble Prod, the librarian, and Darren.
Well, that can't be right. We're upstanding members of society.
Uh-huh.
We work for a living. But also, all cops are bad.
Mm-hmm.
Have we paid our taxes on time? What is this?
Who would you pay taxes to, librarian?
The tax man?
Where exactly does the library pay taxes?
Oh, not the library, the city tax man. No, whenever you enter a city, you have to pay tax on things like goods and services and entry and re-entry stuff.
I'm fairly certain we came into town in a perfectly legitimate manner, walking.
I don't think we actually paid anything, did we?
I don't think they asked us to pay anything.
What if it is his first day and he forgot and now we're felons?
Well, then we know who to sue.
I don't think we have a good lawyer.
I have a high deception. I have a high persuasion roll. That's almost the same as being a lawyer.
No, I think deception is more appropriate.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I just have to persuade the jury that we're fine and upstanding folk, assuming they ever catch us.
I don't think they have a legal system here per se. It's more of a shoot to kill kind of thing.
Well, they're not going to get tax money that way.
Should have to pick through your pockets.
Anyway, should we go investigate Blackwood's Manor?
Yeah, let's leave
also,
that
just
for a later time.
just use like a tinderbox just to light the fucking flyer on fire
Prestidigitation, anyone?
off of the building. Of course, I don't have that, unfortunately.
I mean, you can light the poster on fire if you like. It's kind of like it's on a poster board, right? And there's a lot of other posters around it. But like it's these 3 posters that stood out to you.
I just grab them off and just
Yeah, just
crumple them.
gently remove them like we're picking up a bounty to take on.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so you all take your relevant posters, wanted posters, off the bounty board, as it seems to be the case.
We didn't even get Cosmo on here.
I mean,
Ingvar's not on there.
Ingvar's
think,
not on there either.
Yeah. Also, I think if there was going to be a wanted poster for, like, Kazuma, it would probably be in the Adventurers Guild's jobs section as opposed to on the bounty board.
Maybe you're right.
Wanted. This green dragon.
Yeah, I
Silver
think we
dragon.
can just like roll
Yeah.
like a stealth check or something to take them down without catching too much notice, I guess.
I mean,
There's nobody
it's a
around,
busy
we're fine.
street. Nobody's really paying attention to you at the moment. And the guards themselves are like a good 100 feet up the street from where you are at the moment.
Okay, perfect. We perform a vandalism.
It's not really a vandalism, but sure. You perform a vandalism. You acquire a poster of each of you. The reward listed, if you are curious, by the way, is 150 gold pieces each.
Wow, that's fucking cheap.
I mean, that could be, like, pretty good pay for, like, 5 minutes work.
This economy is in shambles.
Okay. So are you carrying on
Carrying
up the
on.
street? Okay, so you're carrying on up the street past the increased guard presence that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I don't think we should
Knowing
go right
that
up
there
there.
are wanted posters around.
Maybe not.
Yeah? So what are you guys
Is there
doing?
any way... So, I think there's multiple ways up into the High District, right?
There are a few different ways. The main route in is sort of through that large gate that you guys have usually gone through. It looks to you guys like there might be a few different ways. But you'd probably have to explore a bit to find them.
Could I
Because
do...
that central area seems to be the most heavily guarded section.
So we know the high area is kind of like obviously on a hill, right? And
Yeah.
these like checkpoints are fenced off to presumably stop people get through. Can I do an investigation roll to see if there's a point on the hill, like maybe down a back alley or something, that would be okay to use the cantrip like mold earth that we could just like dig under the fence that they've got or whatever?
It's less of a dig under the fence sort of situation and more of a, like, you guys are on level A, or actually, let's say you guys are on level C, and then, like, the high district is 3 stories up. Like, it's quite high above you from where you are right now. And getting up there, it's not a simple matter of just walking up a slope. It's more a case of, like, there's sheer cliffs against parts of this area.
Okay, in that case, could I roll investigation to see if there's a route past, or up to the entrance that wouldn't immediately take us past guards?
Yep, you can do that.
Like
Roll
maybe
me
a
an
back alley route we've not been through before?
Roll me an investigation check.
And I forgot to set up that, so
I can assist with that since
that is a nat 20.
Never
so
mind.
26
we're good.
total.
26 total. Okay. So, without approaching the guards' area too much, you try and sort of peek around various corners, and you come to the realization that while there might not be any unguarded entrances to the Hydra District, there might be some that are less guarded. Some of the smaller entrances that aren't used for, like, trade, sort of systems. Stuff like, essentially stuff that would be more pedestrian access.
Do I see any, like, street urchins about, or any kind of ne'er-do-wells heading down alleys that maybe, like, could be using a back route? Because I feel like if in a crowd, in a city with so much, like, corruption and stuff, there's gonna be more entrances to the High District than just the obvious guarded gates of lightning.
Yeah. You spot not necessarily street urchins, but you do spot a few figures furtively darting down various alleyways. You're not certain if they lead to the High District, but it looks more likely than not. Especially when... But roll me a perception check.
Okie dokie. 14.
14. Yeah, okay. You catch out of the corner of your eye one specific figure darting down an alleyway. They look ragged in parts, but it's the kind of ragged that doesn't really speak of being poor and speaks more of being in disguise. And like there's not many people that would need to disguise themselves if they were poor, which you can probably surmise means that they are not poor. And the flash of the cloth that they are wearing, which seems a little too expensive to be that of a poor person, tells you that they're likely from a higher district than the middle district or the low one.
So this is kind of giving a Prince and the Pauper vibe when looking
A
at them.
little bit, yeah. Or more like some high up politician who has left his wife for an evening stroll sort of situation. And
Okay, gang, we're going to go blackmail that person over there. Follow me.
and they have gone down this alleyway.
Which alleyway?
I have marked it with the rulers. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That alleyway.
I think if we go down and follow that person, they might be going to the High District through a non-conventional route.
Does that then mean we need to be stealthy so that we don't get their attention?
Probably. I mean, they're probably looking out for being followed, but I mean, it's either that or brute force our way in for a scouting mission, which doesn't seem like the best plan either.
No. Also, we do have a dragon, so I don't know how stealthy we can be.
Well, I mean, do we need Cosimo right now?
Not unless we're planning to do aerial reconnaissance, which seems unlikely since our target is underground.
Invar, would it be alright if they stayed at the tavern for this next bit?
Sure would. Yaha.
Lydia, you there? You good?
Lydia is currently AFK.
I see.
This is a great time to advertise Wizard Ale. Wizard Ale.
Wizard Ale.
Made by
brewed
my
by
owls.
me and my owls from the hots on the plains.
From the prairies, from the secret place.
Are all the
Coming
worries
to a
of your
tavern near
modern-
you, except it won't, because it's secret.
Are all the worries of your modern life making you keep awake at night? Do you struggle falling asleep at the end of a hard day in the build? Well, fortunately for you, we have new sleep spell. Available at your local wizard, or also frying pan.
The sleep spell is a nightshade.
Miriam! Come here! Look at this incredible new app I've downloaded!
I roll to perceive hags.
You roll to perceive hags?
What perception do I need to find the hag in the crowd?
Roll me a perception check and find out.
8.
8. You don't see any hags. You do see a very wrinkly old woman holding up what seems to be some sort of scroll at another older lady.
Librarian has a kind of dark urge moment where they're like about to ready an eldritch blast on reflex with a flashback to the old man they killed, and they just go like, wait, no.
Oh, God. Okay, so until Lydia gets back, we assume that the dragon is staying.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
I guess the only option is to try and stealthily go down the alleyway.
Yep.
Okay, so you are going to follow this discreetly dressed man. Very well. There is the discreetly dressed man.
Yeah, very discreet.
Yes, very, very discreet indeed.
Why does it look like Ebenezer Scrooge is about to play Left 4 Dead?
No, he's a gravekeeper, clearly.
Well then.
Okay, so
Yep, this doesn't look
roll.
suspicious.
So, are you trying to follow stealthily, or are you trying to just follow directly?
I'm trying to follow stealthily.
I try to follow stealthily.
Okay, so can I get stealth rolls from you two, please?
You'd think I'd be good at this.
7.
Okay.
Total? $16.
Okay, so I need to very quickly take a look at Prod's character sheet.
Oh yeah, they don't roll with disadvantage now, do they? Because the new armor.
Nope. They do not roll with disadvantage. Oh, for Pete's sake. Hold on. I need to open Roll20. Roll20. Okay. Give me character sheet, Prodigious Maximus. They have a +1 to dexterity. Okay. So that is a 14 from Prod. What did you guys say?
16 for me.
16 and
7.
Okay, let me quickly roll for Ingvar.
Do you also need to roll for the dragon? Or they share stealth rolls? Oh no.
Well, Ingvar just rolled a natural 1, but yes, they do share the stealth roll with their dragon. A natural 1 for a 6, still, but, you know. Natural 1 is a natural 1. Okay, so you, Darren, and Prod managed to get about 30 feet away from this figure before, behind you, you hear the librarian stumble slightly, followed by Ingvar, who hasn't been looking where they're going quite as well as they probably should have, stumbling into the librarian, and both of them go crashing to the ground. While over them, Casimir just kind of steps up and then starts pawing at Ingvar's back as you're both lying there and kind of just squishing you both under his weight. And you and Prod both look back, and then you look forward to see that this figure has turned around, is looking at you, and then all of a sudden just starts sprinting away.
Can I roll to catch up with them?
You are
within
currently
5 feet
prone.
specifically. I'm prone? Okay.
You are currently prone, and you have Ingvar lying on top of you. That is the penalty for Ingvar's natural 1, essentially. You can try and catch up, and if you want, we can turn this into like a combat situation. But
That's
so my
probably a
idea
bad idea.
currently is if I can catch up to them, I can cast friends on them, and then figure out where they're going. And by the time that ends, it doesn't matter.
Okay, hold on. Let me check something real quick.
Because I believe if I try to get out of prone, that's half my movement. Which only leaves me with 15 feet left. But if it's a turn-based thing, then I can use dash as well as a...
Okay, so what exactly are you trying to use friends for in this instance? What exactly are you trying to use friends for in this instance, Azarian?
I want to know how to get into the high town, or the high district, because they clearly seem to have another way there.
Do you understand have you read the description of what Friends actually does?
Yeah, I have advantage on charisma checks directed at them, which I presume asking them would be a charisma check. But, like, if I've not committed violence against them yet, it should still be okay.
It specifically states, for the duration you have advantage on all charisma checks directed at one creature of your choice that isn't hostile towards you.
Yeah, I don't think they're hostile
If you
towards
hadn't
us,
been
are they?
sneaking up on them, and they hadn't seen you and decided to run away, they wouldn't be considered hostile. But they are running away. They are afraid of you. This isn't a case of charming them. This is literally just a case of you have advantage on a charisma check. That's it.
Okay,
It's
I guess
not a
I'll shoot out their
charm
legs
person
instead.
spell. You can do that if you want. I'm just letting you know that a friend
Yeah,
spell in this situation would not help.
I guess it was just I thought we didn't technically count as hostile to them yet. They just thought that we may have been a little bit weird for following them and didn't want to get caught by anyone.
I mean, it's less of that, and it's more of the intention of, like, with the intention of this spell, you kind of have to be in a calm situation to use it, and they are not calm at all. If this was a charm spell or something similar, that might work, but this is not a charm. It's literally just giving you an advantage on a check. That's it.
Okay.
So,
What do you think this person's saving throws are like?
I mean, roll me a perception check, and maybe you can see what they look like, because from what you all
Rolling that
have
20
seen,
on a perception check, you see their character sheets.
perhaps, maybe.
I rolled a 19.
14.
Okay. This figure appears to be relatively elderly at this point. From this distance, you're around about 50 feet away at this point, and they are scarpering down the alleyway. But I will say this is like a paused situation. They turn towards you, and you had a split second to actually see what they look like. They're elderly, perhaps in their mid-60s. Human as far as you can tell. They're wearing this ragged cloak, right? That's got mud sort of around the edges. It's a little bit battered, it's dusty. But you do catch a glimpse of, you librarian, you catch a glimpse of stuff inside their cloak. And it's a lot finer regalia. They're wearing sort of this gold embroidered green tunic, and they seem to be carrying some sort of holster on their side. Can't quite tell what's in it. Welcome back, Lydia.
This
Thank
person
you.
has a gun.
Or a sword. Holsters can hold many things.
Or a wand holster, I guess. I mean, they're elderly. We could probably catch up to them just with our movement alone.
That's our presumption. It may not be accurate.
I mean,
We...
it's up to you guys.
What's
Only one way to
what's
find out.
Casima's fly speed?
Not a question I've ever asked myself.
You should have,
I've got a sheet in here somewhere.
yeah. 40 feet flying speed.
Yeah, I mean, if you got Casima to cut them off, that would work, because that's above normal humanoid speed, which is about 30 most of the time.
I mean, shut up. I'll be
So
honest, I've
to-
like the last 10 minutes.
To catch you up, Lydia, these guys spotted someone trying to sneak to a place that they assume is somewhere in the High District that they can use to circumvent the guards, and now they're chasing them down.
So, So do you just want the Christ, what the hell? Oh, they're just wanting Kazuma to cut them off. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, wouldn't it be better if we just chase them? Because then there's the chance that we lose them, right? But there's also the chance that they take us to the High District anyway, which is what
There's
we want.
also the chance that they just run to a guard.
Ah, that's true, I suppose. But, like, what are they going to say? Oh, these people were maliciously standing there.
These people whom we have just found have wanted posters.
I don't. It's fine. Okay, I guess we're cutting them off then and interrogating them.
Okay.
Go, Kazuma.
I choose you.
Yeah. Okay. So you're
What a
sending Kazuma.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me. Okay. Ingvar, roll me a contested dexterity check. For Kazuma, basically. It's not a high DC. But yeah, roll me a dexterity check.
Oh, no, this bastard's old.
What the hell is Kazuma's DC? No, DC.
Dex is
Dex
plus
+1, so that's 9.
Okay, I mean, this bastard may be old, but he's almost very slippery. You watch as Ingvar points, and Kazuma bounds over your prone forms, jumps over Darren, bounds past Prod, as this elderly man looks back, eyes widen in terror as a sort of man-sized silver dragon starts bounding towards them, starts sprinting, trips over a rock, falls flat on his face, and then a dragon leaps onto his back and just kind of sits. And you hear a
The
sound.
future is now, old man.
For God's sake.
As the old man kind of just lies there, prone on the floor, with a dragon standing on his back.
I sure do love beating up the elderly, apparently.
Yeah, this is,
You as
yeah, I was going to say, this is becoming a bit of a habit for the librarian.
Apparently.
Are there any high surfaces we can get Kazuma to drop them on?
Jesus, no!
No. Can I do, Actually, do I actually have pretty good interrogation now? Or intimidation? I do.
interrogation.
Interrogation, yes.
Interrogation.
I mean, it's up to you as to what you want to do.
I don't think the librarian would handle this with immediate malice. Could I do a persuasion roll after we get him up from under Kazuma?
Okay,
And just
so...
be like, hello, I'm so sorry, we didn't mean to startle you, but it looks like you're the kind of person that knows how to get in and out of the High District.
The old man sort of looks around at you all wildly, like, I don't want any trouble. Just, leave me alone, please.
Oh, but we'll leave you alone right after you just. If you could just tell us, it'd be wonderful. Look, we can see your clothes. There's no point on denying it. You're clearly of noble blood.
Well, I'm, look, if my wife found me out here, I, just promise you won't tell anyone I was here.
Of course not. That would blackmail, you know.
And he sort of points down the alleyway and says, the guard on these gates, he likes to, he takes, he exchanges money for, passage. He looks the other way. The guards down here, they have a little operation going with us in the High District. If you can pay enough, then we can get out without going to all the normal channels.
Okay. Yes, I understand. Scott wouldn't happen to have a name or any specific features we should look out for?
It's a few different guards. They're all in on it. I don't know who's there right now.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you very much for your help. If you could just call the dragon off now, invite, that would be lovely, and we could just let our new friend go on his way.
Yeah, not a problem. Come on, Kazma, over here. Please.
Thank you, he says, and he picks himself up.
Oh, before you go,
off, and starts backing away from you all.
Just remember that, with your wife, marriage is a wonderful thing.
Oh, God
you
damn it.
should really respect marriage.
Oh, Lord.
The man kind of looks at you strangely and goes,
Understandably.
yeah, oh. You notice that, you just realized, and you look behind him and you notice that his teeth are on the ground 3 feet behind him. Having been knocked out of his mouth when Kazma jumped on his back. Apparently the man has a set of false teeth and he wasn't able to speak properly because of it. And
Could I roll athletics to throw them to the man?
No, they're like behind him. Like,
okay, so he's gonna pick them up, presumably.
He's gonna pick them up as he leaves, yeah. And he sort of starts backing away, picks up his teeth, and then starts sprinting down the alleyway as fast as his legs can carry him, and disappears.
His poor wife's gonna be so confused. Honey, what happened to your teeth?
Marriage.
Marriage happened.
Okay.
Jesus.
So, you have information now.
Okay,
We
can
do.
bribe somebody.
Okay, so we can presumably bribe a guard to gain entry to the noble district, the high district, whatever. Now, getting into the estate is probably going to be okay, since we saw that basically the outside the fence is loose soil. We could just use mold earth on to quickly make like a little underpassage, probably.
I don't know about that.
Or we could just scale the fence, because... But the big problem, I think, is probably finding an entrance to the vault itself, which is underground, deep somewhere. So I think we can either do one of two things. We could see if Blackwood is home, which...
You already know he's not.
We already know he's not. So,
Is-
presumably
what
there'll
you
be a
know
lot less
is
guards.
He's away for at least 2 to 3 days. He is not in the city at the moment.
Yeah, so presumably there will be less guards than when he was there the first time. Which might give us an in to do something similar with like the Observer like we did before. Where we can just kind of get it to infiltrate, have a look around for anywhere there might be a secret passage. Kind of pre-prepare ourselves for the actual heist. Or we can just break in, which alerts a lot more suspicion.
I think we're suspicious enough at the moment.
Yeah.
Best thing to do would
Up
be
to you.
to perhaps scout around the estate first.
Yeah, so let's head up, let's find this guard that we can apparently bribe.
Okay, let's try and find the guard then.
Okay, so you start heading down the alleyway. Come round the corner. It's been about 5 minutes now. and the old man is nowhere to be seen. But you do see, at the end of this alleyway, there is a guard sort of lazily propped up on a spear. He looks like he hasn't had a great day. He looks like he's bored to tears. He's kind of just leaning next to this big iron gate. And
Okay.
he's sort of down the end of the alleyway from where you guys are at the moment.
Who was not on the wanted posters again?
Ingvar.
Ingvar.
Oh god.
Okay, so here's my reasoning behind this. The reward for the posters is probably going to be more than a bribe that they would usually take. So if they see us and are like, oh, I can turn these guys in for like 300 gold or whatever, they're clearly just gonna fucking turn us in. Or we're gonna have to pay out the ass. What if we just got Ingvar to go, okay, here's some money to ignore a dragon flying over your gate in like 5 minutes. And they never see the rest of us.
I mean, it could work.
It's
The
not...
heck have I got in persuasion?
I've got a +7 on
Nothing.
that, so...
I've got nothing in persuasion.
I can give you guidance.
Yeah, I suppose. I've got a flat 10. Jesus.
Sound like a good plan, or do we want to just pay out the ass and make sure that we don't alert anyone?
Let's not cause more attention than we absolutely have to, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Up, off Ingvar goes then. Scooting by everybody in the aisle, good lord. So he just kind of scoots up to this guard.
Okay. And the guard sort of adjusts his posture, stands up a little straighter, plants his spear, and goes, who goes there?
Hi there. Just a passerby, I guess.
Passerby? We don't get many passers-by these places. What are you here for?
Would bringing Blackwood would be a good idea.
Probably not.
No,
'Cause then that's evidence for us, pretty much.
no, true. Well, you see, I've got a friend up in the high district here, who has a bit of an interest in my dragon friend here. Now the gods.
You're one of those rare exotic pet sellers, are you?
I guess you could say that. Yes, he bristles a little bit from Kazuma being called a pet, but you know.
Well, all right.
But
I can.
Yeah.
I take it you don't want to be seen coming through here.
yeah, some folks around here are known to not distrustful. What's the word I'm looking for? Don't approve of selling and trading dragons.
Well,
So, you know,
no,
keep
it's quite the illegal practice, my friend. So, you want me to look the other way? It's gonna cost you a pretty penny, but I'm sure after selling that thing, you'd make a pretty penny back.
Yeah, you wouldn't be wrong about that. He is a pretty rare species, I must admit.
Well, what you offering for me to look the other way? He says, and he kind of rubs his fingers together.
I spent most of it on a bow. Well, how about I give you, say, 150 now, and then once I've managed to seal the deal, I can come back and perhaps offer a bit more for your cooperation.
Okay, roll me a persuasion check
Oh, Christ.
with the lowest DC in the world, by the way.
Plus guidance.
That's just a flat 13 from me.
You look at this man, and his beady little eyes sort of sparkle the moment you say 150, and then you mentioned with interest, and he's like, "Well, all right then." By the way, the DC went down depending on how much gold you offered him. The base DC of 15 was 5 gold.
Ah.
So
Oh, I'll get it
just
back
bear that in mind. But yeah, considering that your friend's bounties are 150 gold apiece.
That's still not bad. That's like a third of the bounty.
Yeah. But yeah, he's sort
Costco
of
strat, best strat.
he sort of holds out his hand at you and says, "Pay up, and you're free to go through."
Yeah, he just drops the... It's 10 gold per platinum, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, so he's just going to drop like 15 platinum in his hand.
Okay. You drop the platinum in his hand, and his eyes go wide. And he goes, "Well, a pleasure doing business. Tell Merkel that Harvey sent you, alright?" And he pushes open the gate.
Thank you very much. Pleasure doing business. Now,
Was the plan not to get Kazuma to fly so far without them seeing, or no?
how the hell are we going to get the others through?
I mean, I have no control over this situation.
You are literally the person with the most control
Yeah,
of the
you
entire
moved Kazuma
universe.
forward. I was very confused
Oh.
at that.
I didn't move Kazuma forward.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lydia has control over those characters. Not me.
Well, shit.
I'm guessing...
I literally have no control over this situation.
Well. Fireball.
I mean, is the god looking at Ingvar, or is he literally turned away?
No, but he's sort of leaning back against the wall. He's watching you, but he's making no move to stop you at the moment.
Can Ingvar kind of like wave us through, and we can come in trying to hide our faces, like me with my hood. I don't know if Darren has anything they can put on.
Well, bearing in mind that Ingvar has literally just asked for passage for himself and a dragon, and overpaid massively already.
Mah.
So, yeah.
Well, this went the opposite way of what I thought it would.
I have nothing to do with this.
Maybe once you say, maybe you can just send the dragon. Maybe we can pretend the dragon went rogue for a bit and flew back over the gate.
Yeah, just like, can you roll a fucking... what would it even be? Deception? On the dragon?
Oh god. That would...
I mean,
Is it allowed?
up to you guys. But
I
however
feel
you
like...
play this, there will be consequences.
Worst case, they, like, alert the fucking guards to us since we're wanted. Best case, they don't see us.
Well, shit. Maybe Paul could just flex his muscles as a distraction. Nah.
And a minor illusion of distraction while we slip through.
That might work. I don't know. I don't have many plans here other than we all.
I think that's
other than we are
literally-
all about to pay a lot of money.
Yeah, we're either gonna pay a shit ton of money or we get through for. I'm gonna minor illusion. I don't think that immediately causes us to be hostile. Can I create an illusion of? This dude seems pretty greedy. A pile of gold coins that have slipped out of a coin purse, glinting in the sunlight.
Sure. Where are you placing the illusion?
And putting it. This is like a straight path with no other entrances, right?
There's a. Okay, let me quickly give you a few other. Like, there's a few alleys off the, like, a few small, like, places that you could go down. But none that would necessarily be, like, going anywhere in particular. Right?
Okay, could we hide down that first alleyway? I minor illusion in the second alleyway? Like, just in the corner, just as it's exposed, and we could roll to rush past him, maybe?
Yeah, you can do that if you want.
Does that sound like a solid enough plan?
It's the best one we've got.
Okay, I do
I think
that,
it's a great
so...
plan, but here we go.
Gonna hide down here. I'm presumably doing this stealthily, so I don't know if we'll have to do a hiding
Well,
roll.
you will have to roll me a stealth check.
Oh boy.
All three of you.
Okie
Oh,
dokie. I do guidance. I cancel it on Ingvar and do it on myself, I guess.
5.
Oh,
Okay, so
There's a 6
5
then.
and wait, who?
Plus
Who
3,
got what?
9.
So a 5 and a 9 on
Oh,
stealth.
Yep.
great start.
Let's see if Prod can save this.
Prod in the non-stealthy armor.
Prod,
Oh,
no,
God.
Prod in the
Not the
stealthy,
stealthy
armor.
army. New armor,
It's-
new stealth.
It's stealthy. It does not incur a stealth penalty, even though it's made of plate.
What do we get? 19. Nice.
Ooh. Okay, so that is a dirty 20, by the way. That is a
Oh.
dirty 20.
That disturbing moment when Prod is the most subtle of us.
It's the
Okay.
fucking paladin.
So, alright, so you two start stepping forward, and there's small bits of rock, there's bits of wood scattered throughout this alleyway, there's small puddles and mud. And Prod kind of looks around and says, "Hold on to something," and grabs both your shoulders. And for a moment, the world seems to ripple a little, before Prod steps forward and pulls both of you with them,
Oh.
and steps into a shadow.
Oh,
And
I forgot
walks
they could
out
do that.
in this tiny alleyway. Now, technically speaking, the effect does not technically allow him to bring people with him, but he managed to succeed where you two failed with a technically dirty 20, so I'm allowing it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Essentially, he just shadow stepped into that alley with you two.
Wow,
You-
NPC prod fucks.
Your opponent is none the wiser.
Okay, so minor illusion in the corner. With a whole
Sure.
load of glinted coins spilling out.
Okay. Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion? Sure.
Yeah, persuasion.
Oh boy. I still have guidance, so
Okay.
that is a 13.
That's a 13. What was your original roll?
11.
Wait, really?
Yep, I have a +6 and I rolled a 7.
We are
Okay,
not
so you
making
rolled
it
a
tonight.
7. Okay, that's fine. I was just like, did you roll a 1? Because that changes things.
No,
But
no. I rolled a 5, not a 7.
A 5. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so you conjure up a small minor illusion in here, this corner, I suppose?
Yeah, like just spilling out enough that they can see it from where they are at the guard post, but not like fully revealing.
And the guard sort of turns to look at it. And this is not a very wise man. He's street smart, but he's not wise. He sort of looks at it and goes, oh, this must be my lucky day. And he starts sauntering into the alleyway towards it. And he gets to about there before he starts bending down to try and pick up the coins.
This will be the point where he realizes they're non-tangible, so we should hurry.
Yeah, so we need to like rush past him super fast, right? So what kind of roll is that?
That would be... Well, it depends. If you want to do this quickly, it would be a dex roll. If you want to do this stealthily, it would be a stealth roll.
I guess we want to do this stealthily, right?
Oh, great, because that's done us so well so far tonight.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, both of us have rolled real bad on it, but that doesn't mean we'll roll bad again.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the option to roll again, essentially. But
Well,
the
my
DC
dex
is
and
pretty
my stealth
high.
are the same number, so either way.
Okay, so
If
the
you
DC
do a
for stealth
dex-
is going to be really high,
Okay,
and will
let me put
not...
it this way. If you want to rush it, you will have to rush towards the gate, and then one of you will need to do a sleight of hand to unlock it, because it is locked now. Because he closed it behind Ingvar after they went through.
Right.
Okay.
If you want to do
Plus 5 inside of
stealth,
hand, do that.
you can either rush and then do a sleight of hand with a relatively high DC, or you can do a stealth, try and sneak past the guard, and do a sleight of hand with a lower DC, because you'll have more time.
So ideally, we want the sneak.
I thought of kind of a genius idea, but it could also be very bad.
What?
I know, right?
What are you thinking of?
So I think... Just check the ruler. They are exactly about 30 feet away, which is the range of my mage hand.
Oh god.
What if I just pickpocket them? And then they don't know where the keys went?
That would be a sleight of hand roll. It would be a sleight of hand roll using your mage hand. So, yeah.
Okay,
Up to
so
you, though.
here's our options. Dex, stealth, or sleight of hand from me. Sleight of hand from me is a +2 dex plus my 1d4. So at worst it's like +3.
I mean, my sleight of hand is a +5.
My
Yeah,
question.
but you'd need to get a stealth roll as well to sneak up, right?
Not necessarily.
What is the ruling on that, DM?
The
I
ruling
mean,
is
that
I'm an
depends on
arcane
what
trickster.
Line wants to do.
Yeah.
The ruling is that my class is arcane trickster, and that's kind of the whole thing of it.
Okay, would the best thing then be if you pickpocketed them and went back and then we could just come and unlock the gate at some
you're
point?
an arcane trickster, but if you want to approach the guard, you still need to do a stealth check.
Yeah, but arcane trickster gets mage hand.
Oh, well, in that case...
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because you can pick other things, but yeah, no, in that case, yeah, you...
No, it's like their
fine.
default thing.
Okay, you're way
I
better
don't
at doing
play
that.
arcane
You go
trickster,
ahead.
I wouldn't know.
Okay, right. While librarian is fumbling through a book, presumably to try and find the right page relating to how to do this particular sequence of actions in a WikiHow, Darren's just gonna kind of stare at the keys and just sort of palm the motions of pickpocketing, and not entirely certain how this is happening, but it's been a weird week and I'm not going to question it too much. The keys begin to move.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
+5, don't fail me now. 21.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. So, you feel You're staring intently at this guard. You're watching this set of keys on his belt, and you gesture, and you feel a sudden connection as you do a lift, and you lift the keys from his belt, and you watch as they float upwards. They jingle very slightly, but not enough to distract the guard from the coin pile that he is reaching towards. And you do a quick flick of your wrist, and the keys shoot towards you. You have acquired a set of keys to the High District. There are 2 keys on this key ring.
Right. I'm guessing they're not labeled.
They are not, no.
That would be too helpful.
So has the guard noticed the coins aren't real yet?
He's still reaching down towards them. All of this has taken maybe 5 seconds. But he's still reaching down towards them, and he is about to find out.
So
Is it
should we just do the running rule now that we have the keys to just unlock it?
You don't need to roll to run. It was a case of, if you ran, the sleight of hand on unlocking the gate would have been higher. But now that you have the keys...
If we
Well.
run... If we run past him and he notices us, which he probably will, then the next thing he'll notice is that the door has opened and closed behind him and he doesn't have his keys. That's gonna cause alarm.
So what's the next best thing? Do we wait until like a shift change? Or I feel like we should just run. Because it's not 100% he notices us.
No, if you run, he will notice you.
Yeah.
We could do a stealth thing, right? Or no?
Good.
You can stealth your way there, and he might
brings
not
us back
notice
to our
you if you
original
roll well
quest.
enough. Or you can run, and he will notice you.
You know, just a drive-by punch.
Christ.
How? What do we think this guy's mental faculties are at? What do we think his saving throws are?
I feel like very low wisdom considering he saw a pile of fucking cartoonishly glinty
True.
coins
True.
and went, ooh!
Ooh, shiny.
Depending on how many hit points he has, I could just set him to sleep and just have him nod off for a bit.
Is that first level, I guess?
Yeah.
Might as well burn it and see. Because we're doing scouting today anyway, so we're probably not going to get into combat.
One hopes. Okay. I try to remember the time I tried to put a bunch of wolves to sleep. It didn't work out too well that time, but let's see if it works on one solitary dim-witted guard.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, rolling 5d8s. 21.
You try and channel this energy towards the guard. And you feel it sparking gently at your fingertips. Your fingertips start to go a little numb from it as well. And you watch as the guard starts to kind of nod off and lean a little bit more on his staff as he's reaching towards this pile of fake gold. Before he sort of slips off his staff, stumbles into a wall, and then wakes up again.
Damn it. One of these days that'll do something useful.
And sort of looks around wildly and sort of realizes that he's dropped his staff and it's now clattered to the ground, or dropped his halberd rather. It's clattered to the ground, so he walks a little further into the alleyway to try and pick it up.
Would that give us an advantage if we tried to make a stealth roll now, since he's got like less view and he's doing something actively?
It will give you a lower DC.
Okay, I think we should take the stealth roll then.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, stealth roll time.
I'm giving you guys a lot of room to work.
I
here,
know, and we're still failing hard.
20!
20.
Dirty 20 or natural? 18.
Nah, dirty.
And Let's roll for prod.
Actually, technically 23, because I still have guidance.
Dirty
Okay.
24, at least.
Prod
Prod.
rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you all start sneaking past the guard as he's bending down to pick up his halberd and dusting himself off. You all manage to sneak past and get to the gate without too much trouble. Which key do you try first? There is a
The
black
first
one,
one.
and there is a silver one.
What
Oh.
color is the gate? Is it black?
What did you say the first one was called?
It is black, yes.
Black key? As in black and silver key, was that?
There's a black key and there's a silver key.
Okay, I'll try the black key.
Yeah, so that one works flawlessly first try. And I take it you
Woo.
close the gate behind you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you have all gathered on the other side of the gate in the alleyway with Kazma and Ingvar at the top of the stairs.
Well, that was weird.
That was a faff, wasn't it? But
Uh,
hey, now I know another thing I can do. Apparently.
And you,
There's a
you
guard to our right.
There is
You kind
indeed,
of
yes.
recognize the alleyway that you're in now. This is the alleyway where you knocked out a few guards and stole their uniforms the other day. And at the other end of the alleyway, there is a guard, and you remember this set of stairs, librarian, that leads up to the High District. But the guard in front looks, again, relatively sleepy, relatively uncaring at the moment. He sort of looks up when you all walk up the steps and looks around. Seems to be waiting for something.
Oh, this is the guy that the other guard told us to give regards to let us in.
Do you think we should all just walk up as one group?
Yeah, I feel like
Don't
maybe
send me
there's-
in again.
maybe they aren't as privy to the wanted news up here in a much less crime-filled district.
Mayhaps.
I still wear my cowl over my face just in case, though.
Okay. So you all walk up to the guard, and he looks at you and goes, "What's your business?"
Dragon.
Say they gave the regards from the thing, you know?
Yeah, we've got a bit of business up in the High District. Your friend Merkel, I believe it was, told us to give you his regards. I think it was Merkel.
All right. Just don't make too much trouble. You hear me?
Wouldn't dream of it, sir.
Never.
And he closes the gate behind you.
Okay, this is the estate on the right, yeah?
Oh, God stairs.
Yeah, it's easier to just teleport, I found.
So yeah, the estate, you have arrived essentially in the alleyway behind the estate.
Okay. Was that door we just passed through silver?
No. It was black iron, like the previous one. More elegantly sort of wrought iron, but still black.
Okay. And this little gate up here, this doesn't look silver, does it?
No. Most of the gates, the outside gates are black. Unless I state otherwise, they probably will be similar colors.
Okay.
You do note that Darren, that the other key is like the first black key is like this big iron key. The second one is a smaller silver key, possibly a locker key, you know? Looks like it might open a box, not necessarily a door.
Ah, so like, yeah,
I see.
like a lockbox key.
Or like a locker room key.
Oh my god, we just robbed the football coach!
What?
You know, the
Okay.
medieval football league!
Sure.
Yeah, Blood Bowl, everyone knows it.
Go Black Dragons! Woo!
Oh my god.
Okay, so you have all arrived in the alleyway behind the Blackwood estate.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
How does this back wall look since there's clearly an elevation to it?
Poke it.
Pretty sturdy. It's stone, relatively obviously. It looks like it's been reinforced over the years. Probably multiple layers of rock on the foundation. There is, like, a garden around the estate, but it looks like the earth itself doesn't go very deep. It looks to be more decorative than anything else.
AstroTurf.
I just realized Darren is still in their Dragonborn form, and I was like, is that a god?
Wait, sorry, still? When... Oh,
Yeah, I thought you go back to like a more humanoid one after you
Yeah, I
calm down, or is it just all the time now?
It was. I think it started whenever I was passing the guard.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Can Ingvar like poke the wall to see if there's any loose bricks or whatever? Stones.
Sure, roll me an investigation check.
Well, I would if the dice wanted to work. And they might.
I can assist.
I
have a
cast
plus-
guidance.
I have a +7 on investigation.
Well, that would have been 7 the first one. Bloody tail spires acting up. So 7 plus 1, so that's 8.
Plus 1d4.
Do I need to roll the d4?
Yeah, that's how guidance works. You just add a d4 roll.
Might be better if I just search it myself.
12.
Yeah, I'm just.
I
gonna
also
search this out.
investigate the brick.
15.
And
Just a bunch of people just
I
poking
got
at
a
the wall.
24. What does this brick?
24.
Jesus.
It's some pretty nice brick. It's some really well done stonework. In fact, this reinforcement looks faintly magical.
Does the door look magical?
Can you
No,
see the
but-
door?
Essentially, what you're seeing, Librarian, as you're looking closer and closer at these bricks, you notice that on specific ones, on the largest stones in this wall, there are small runes inscribed into them.
Does my Eldritch Sight show me anything?
Remind me what that does again?
It's detect magic at will.
Okay. Yeah, so there is a very faint sheen of protective magic along the entire base of this wall.
Well, it looks like this entire foundation is protected by runic magics. Yeah, an excavate earth won't work on this. But maybe, can I do an identify on the wall to see what spell this is and what level specifically?
Sure.
I do a ritual cast of identify for 10 minutes. I touch wall.
As you do this, I would like you all to roll me a stealth check.
Oh, no.
Balls.
As the
Again.
patrolling guards in the courtyard around the estate go past where you guys are standing.
15
I got
for
a
me.
13. Remember to add a d4 onto yours.
Oh, no.
Oh!
Well,
That's the second one today, Lydia, by the way.
Jesus.
make sure you add that d4 on this.
Yeah,
I don't think that's
Rolling
gonna help.
today.
But
do anything, it'll make me feel better.
10 because plus
Five.
5 and stuff?
I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
It does something. And prod rolls an 18 total. So, what about the other two?
I got 13.
13.
15.
And... Did you say 15?
Yeah, I got a 15.
Okay. You all sort of duck down a little bit as one of the guards walks overhead. He's relatively loud and he's not really paying attention. Doesn't seem to notice you.
I imagine Ingvar might have smacked his head on the wall because of that one.
The ritual completes. These stones and the stones around what seemingly the entire foundation of this manor house have a low-level protection enchantment on them. Essentially, the enchantment seems to cover the entirety of the lower section of the house. So if there's any cellars or anything like that, they would cover that as well. The enchantment has two effects. One is to prevent any unauthorized teleportation. And the other is that the stones cannot be altered, modified, or removed without breaking the enchantment first.
Okay, you said this is a low-level enchant?
Low
like
level
1,
in
2?
that it's spread out over a wide area, so its actual effect is relatively thin, but it's around level 3 to 4.
Okay. If I limited the effects of a counterspell to this specific region, could I dispel the magics that stop us from moving them?
No.
Okay.
So the way counterspell works is you have to target something specific, right?
It can happen on magical or enchanted objects as well.
Yes, but the point is, it has to target a specific object, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This enchantment is sourced from multiple stones around the foundation. Disenchanting one does not necessarily guarantee that it will stop the enchantment from working.
Okay, so a counterspell would not work against this foundational magic then.
Not as far as you can tell. Because there are multiple sources for this enchantment, you would have to disenchant them all to get, or at least like 50% of them to get them to stop working, and you have no idea where the others are. You've only found
So what you're
this
saying
one
is this is like
enchantment.
every single brick in this technically counts as its own magical object.
Not every single brick, but the large inscribed foundation stones, of which you would guess at this point there are maybe 6 to 8 of them.
Well, we could just unlock that door over there.
I mean, we've established that there's a patrol gear, like...
I wrote a
there.
white paper on these stones, though, if anyone wants to read it. No?
Huh?
Well,
Okay, gonna try the door.
Okay, I'm guessing you're gonna wait for a patrol to go past
Yes,
before you...
I'm gonna
Yeah.
wait for there to be no witnesses.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand.
Okay.
I cast guidance
with
as
your
well.
lockpicks, if you have proficiency in them.
Oh, that is 11 plus guidance, which is a d4, you said?
Yep.
That's a 15.
Total?
Total.
Okay. I thought you had bonuses to sleight of hand. If you rolled an 11. Did you roll an 11?
I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay.
6 plus
Yes, they got a
5.
plus
15.
5.
It takes you a bit to jiggle the lockpicks into place, and there's a few times where you feel like one of them's gonna break, but eventually you hear a as the outer gate slides open, or unlocks rather.
It's a little awkward when you're trying to like pick a lock with hands that aren't the hands you're usually having, but yeah, it works.
Okay.
Okay. That much we got. Next, we probably want to get this other door over here.
Okay, so you're gonna rush? Or are you gonna sneak?
I'm gonna be cautious and
Cautious.
quiet.
Okay. So yeah, you go ahead. You watch as this guard sort of turns the corner. But the rest of you see another guard coming down here at the moment.
I cast message and just kind of message them, going, "There's another one coming."
Okay, do I try to pick this lock? Do we think I have enough time to pick this lock as well?
It's up to you.
How close is the guy?
Well, he's about to come around the corner. He's maybe like 10 feet
Oh.
from the corner. After which, the moment he comes around the corner, he will see you. You are very
Yeah.
exposed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Is there anywhere to hide?
No.
Maybe go back
No.
to the door quickly.
No.
No.
There is nowhere to hide right now.
Not in this area.
Yeet thyself over the fence.
Hmm.
Well, then, this is a bit of a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Just get Kazuma to eat the god. Fine.
Darren's having a moment of like panic here. I could pick the lock. This looks like a very decent lock that I can pick. I know I've picked harder locks than this before. But I don't think I have enough time to do that before the guard comes around the corner. At which point he will definitely see me if I try to go back to that door. And as the guard rounds the corner, Darren just kind of winks out of existence. As
Okay.
invisibility takes effect.
Why do all our
Okay.
friends keep leaving us?
So, the guard comes around the corner just as you do invisibility. Because you are casting a spell, technically speaking, I need you to roll me another stealth check with advantage because of invisibility.
Well, there goes that one.
Bye-bye.
It's out there somewhere.
20.
Nat
Oh,
20.
That is a
Yeah,
nat
20.
20. Nice. Okay, so you, as the guard comes around the corner, you hear this message come from the librarian. You look over, and the guard is looking straight at you and is just walking forward at a sedate pace. He approaches you, and then he walks right past you and goes around the corner of the house. But you get the feeling, now that you've seen a few guards patrol around, that another guard is not going to be far behind.
I'm gonna pick the lock.
Okay, roll me a sleight of hand.
With advantage or just normal?
Just normal.
Yeah, I figured being invisible wouldn't help me here. That is a 23.
Ooh, not bad. So, with this lock, it's a little harder than the one that was on the gate. But not impossible. Definitely not impossible. And you give it a quick tug and a click, and now that you've started getting used to these locks, it pops open without too much trouble, and you feel the sort of mechanism give and the lock turn. Do you open the door?
Okay, I quietly wave everyone over.
Alright, guys, are you heading up?
Yeah, I guess we're
Considering
following.
that you can't see Darren?
Oh yeah, invisible.
Wait, where the fuck did I go?
See, I think.
Hello. Can I just, because they can reply to my messages, right? When I give them one,
They can, yes.
can I just do like a little check-in, like, how's it going?
Door open, come quick.
Guys, door open, come quick.
No self-doubt is not a euphemism.
This is not a sex joke. This is very serious business.
Okay, so you all head in.
Well, I wonder if the camera would work. Good lord.
As a note, you guys did tell me you are planning this session, not going to do a heist, and now you're doing a heist, so...
No, we're just like trying to find some keys, or like maybe where the vault is, you know?
Yeah, we need to find like a. We know it's underground. We don't know where, and I'm not seeing
I
any.
have an idea of where it might be.
Oh.
Look to our
Ah.
left. There's stairs heading down.
Right. I closed the door behind us as we come in, just so the next
Okay.
guard doesn't see anything untoward. I
I
don't.
can't look anywhere because my camera's decided not to work.
Is it working the right
drag
properly?
the thing down.
I tried dragging it down. Never mind. I'm here.
No, the dragon's over there. The dragon is in fact up.
Okay.
Okay,
What are we in?
so you have all entered a relatively well-appointed kitchen space, by the looks of it. It's got some nice wooden finished work surfaces. There's a few spices. There's pots and pans hanging around the place. It looks relatively nice. It is empty at the moment. Though you
good.
do hear voices in the hallway.
Oh, good. There's no kitchen stuff in here to tear
Do
around.
they sound like guard voices, or do they
Jesus.
sound like staff voices, like cooks or whatever? Like,
One
do they
of
seem very kind
them,
of gruff?
one of them sounds like a guard, maybe. Female voice. The other one sounds like a more matronly, elderly woman, possibly a member of staff.
Everyone, I think we should head down the staircase to the left. I think there's guards still inside, but probably not as much as on the patrol.
Oof.
Also, there's an Elfie here.
Hi, Elfie.
Hey.
Welcome.
Sorry.
Your team is doing infiltration.
Good. And that's why Big Prod's being quiet.
You've been actually kind of integral to it so far.
Oh fuck, I'm about to fuck it up. You know this.
So
Don't
far,
say that.
you have been the only person that has passed every stealth roll with flying fucking colors, and the people with +5 have been failing.
Oh,
Okay.
of course.
Let's see. We've been in the corridor before. We've been in the dining room area.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything? We know it's underground. Is there anything in here that looks like it might lead to underground?
Well, there's a big ass.
Snide remarks about the set decor aside.
Well,
I mean, there's a
from
door
what
in
you
the
can
corner.
tell, there seems to be a pantry door in one direction and the door to the hallway in the other.
Right. I'm gonna check the pantry door to see what that's like.
It is locked.
Here we go again.
Silver key, maybe?
Why would the guard have a key to Blackwood's pantry?
Oh, no.
Try it out anyway.
That is a 16.
Okay. You insert your lockpicks, and you twiddle them about a little bit, and then you feel a little bit of pressure against one of them. And you try and lessen it and go the other direction, and you feel more pressure, and you lift it a little bit, and then you hear a clank as your lockpick snaps.
This is a noise that everyone else in the room just hears coming from, nowhere, basically.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because you're still.
Because I still haven't dropped the invisibility.
What was that?
Is that Ghost Darren? Ghost Darren, if you're here, give us a sign that's not fucking up the lockpick.
Oh, am I doing another magic thing?
But yeah, I think you might be invisible.
Ah, I did wonder why the guard didn't notice me. And
Where's
it's at that moment where the invisibility drops. Because I'm no longer concentrating on it.
Okay.
I am still dragging though.
So was that the door?
Yeah, this lock might be a little trickier than the other ones we've done today. But I would say if this leads to the pantry, it's probably a decent start on being underground when in near where the vault is.
Do you want me to give it a shot?
It's worth it, but we probably shouldn't dally too long.
Yeah, let me have it, because I've got +5 in stealth of hand for some
I
strange
could
reason.
hand you thieves' tools if you want those.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
I think that's a +5.
I do not know.
I mean, yeah, if I roll with them, it says 5 proficiency to dexterity in my tools list, so I think so.
Well,
Jesus.
it'll be your proficiency on top of your dexterity bonus.
Oh, then that's +3 then. Okay. That's +3 to your roll then.
Well, he's got +5 in both Dex and Sleight of Hand. This is ridiculous. For what the hell?
Okay, so roll me a sleight of hand on the door.
Nice, that's 20-something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
18
that's like
plus 5, that's
23.
23.
+3 and
Plus
thieves too.
26.
26. You go in with the lockpicks once more. You push Darren aside and kind of go... And then you hear a small tinkling sound, like the shattering of glass, as the arcane lock on this door breaks. And the lock clicks. And the door opens.
I think unless Blackwood has some very good bread they're storing down here, this is probably the way to the vault.
Bread. Just an entire bowl of bread.
Oh wow, look over there, there's a stale loaf of bread.
Oh god.
You know, a fancy man like Blackwood might have some quite good wine in his cellar.
Oh no.
No.
Not again.
I place my hands as high as I can towards Prod's shoulders to try and get them to look at me and just go, "No! You almost died last time!"
Guys, maybe we should head down instead of hanging around in the kitchen.
If we go down, we're going to start encountering the vault security. Probably, if we are correct, we're going to start encountering vault security.
Actually, yeah, maybe we should head out at this point, because I feel like we've identified the point of ingress, we've unlocked it to the point that a guard probably wouldn't be suspicious, because it's broken, it's not just picked, it's not going to relock in the same way as again.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, we
think this
found
is
the
the point
exit
we
point.
back out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea.
Go back, get a nice night's sleep, recover all of our spell slots that we've used.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
I think we're going to try and exit, so I guess we should peek outside the door as much as we can to see if a guard has just passed on the right. And if they have, then we go, because that's when we know that there's like a gap in security that we can leave in.
Okay, so you peek out the door, and you see a guard who's just passing in front of the door. And then you notice that another guard has stopped with them, and they are chatting right outside the door.
I swear to God, it's...
How many hit points do you think they have combined?
We closed the door to the cellar, by the way.
Oh yeah, make sure
Yeah,
that's
of course.
closed at least.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be locked, it just has to be closed.
Yeah. Feel like that's something Lucian would bully us about later.
Yeah,
Maybe. Okay, so yeah, the guards are seemingly engaged in conversation, just outside the door at the moment. They don't seem to be wanting to move anytime soon, and you do notice that as they're talking, a third guard comes around the corner and is approaching them.
That's definitely too many hit points now.
Ingvar just kind of looks over at the librarian. You know that spell you used that one time as a distraction? Like the fireworky thing.
Oh, Eldritch Blast?
Okay. Yeah. Can you not just yeet one out the door and use that as a distraction of some sort?
I could just do a minor illusion of a sound instead. I feel like that's probably less deadly.
Yeah.
I guess.
As you guys are whispering, you hear one of the guards go, "What do you think Blackwood's got in his cellar? Anything good?" And another one goes, "There's ain't nothing down in the cellar. Blackwood keeps all the good stuff in his office." And another one goes, "You think we could take a peek. And the other one goes, you got a death wish? And the first one goes, well, he doesn't have to know, you know. He could just go in through the kitchen, go upstairs, and take a look at his liquor cabinet, you know? And the first one goes, I don't have a death wish. You guys do what you want, but I'm not going to. And they sort of bicker back and forth about this for a minute or two.
Prod, just in case, hold the door.
I brace myself against the door, sort of ready in action that if someone is to push against it, that I sort of hold the handle like it's been locked.
Oh
Okay.
boy. Why do I get the feeling that there's some kind of secret entrance to the fucking vault in the office?
Well, if I was Blackwood, me lying talking was Blackwood, then I would probably have a TP of some description rather than just the pantry access.
But then why magically lock a food storage place?
Yeah, that is the
Decoy?
next question. Maybe he's gluten intolerant.
God,
No.
you're so right. This is how we get him, finally. Anyway, does anyone have any stale bread we can sprinkle in his food?
Think we're just gonna raise his hand, yeah?
You know what? Let's just not go down, but if these guys are gonna come in through this way, let's just hide behind the door for a bit because they're not gonna come in because our arcade locked.
Can't hide 5 people and a dragon.
We can try.
Why did we bring the fucking dragon in here?
Ingvar,
Decoy!
emotional support is important.
You're right, I'm sorry. I'll just gently pat the dragons.
Ingvar's going through a tough time right now. Prod starts crying.
No, look what you've done.
Okay, so what's the plan, guys?
I feel like there's only really one option here, and it's that we all go into the fucking pantry and descend into it, because they're talking about going through here. And that's
Yeah.
and there's also
I-
people in the hallway talking, so it feels like there's literally only one place to go.
Just make a loud banging noise around the corner. When
No.
that suffice,
I think I need to have line of sight, which I would need to like peek out or
If-
something, right?
and we
If they
There's a window.
suspected something, they would check all the locks on everything. That's the kind of paranoia that Blackwood has, wouldn't they? They'd be like, "Oh shit, the lock to the pantry has been broken. Let's either move everything or set up more traps or have constant security there." So it's either we go now or we make it like 20 times harder than it has been this time.
I've already used half my spells here. I don't.
We
think
could
this is
have
good
a
idea.
nap. We can just be at the top and have a nap. It's not going to hurt anyone. I've got some supplies on me.
Actually, if that was an arcane lock, it implies that only certain people would have access to it. So like not the guards, presumably.
Yeah. We could just have a nap at the top. We'll keep watch. And, you know, you'll regain your spell slots. I don't know what else happens here.
I mean, we have broken the lock, but would the gods be privy
they
to the
probably-
knowledge that it
they
was an
probably
arcane
should.
lock?
Well, they're not going to check it, are they?
Yeah. 'Cause
I
they-
could also maybe fix it with magical tinkering to the point where it like looks like it's working, maybe.
It'll be fine. Let's go in. We'll have a nap at the top of the stairs. No one roll down. Be good.
Also, this goes down, not up.
Yeah.
This goes into the cellar.
Yeah, so we have a nap at the top of the stairs. Before we go into the cellar where there's obviously traps.
Oh, okay, that's what you meant. I get it. Let's see. How am I
Are the
doing?
guards still talking?
They are, and you hear a thump as one of them leans against the door.
Rob just is like, go, get in
I think the DM is telling us to go down the stairs, guys.
Not necessarily. You guys can do whatever you want, but like this guy
The
is
DM
just
is going
leaning
to
against
shove us
the
into
door
a
now.
course of
He's not
action that the
necessarily.
DM is going to labast us for later for taking.
He
Okay.
hasn't.
I'm gonna say we go down the door into the cellar. Like, it feels like this is the obvious option.
Right, yeah. Let's do that. Please.
Let's go in.
Up we go.
Prod's gonna be the last one to go because he's holding the door.
I'm gonna go in the middle.
Guess I go up front because I look like a big scary dragon.
What? Why doesn't the
Everyone
dragon
in.
go up front? Because I feel like the dragon might have some hit points.
They're the emotional dragon.
The emotional
Supposed to
dragon with
fight.
hit points.
Supposed to encourage us.
Oh, fuck.
Everyone in.
So you
Okay,
close the door
door.
behind you.
Someone
Yep.
close the door. Yeah.
Okay. Just as
Let's
you
have a
all
nap.
sort of hide in the pantry, you hear a click as the door to the kitchen, the outer door to the kitchen opens up, and one of the guards sort of walks in. And you, Prod, since you're closest, you hear no, don't get back out here. And the first guy goes, "Come on, don't you want to see?" And the second guy goes, "No, I don't. If you go any further into that house, I'm reporting you." And the first guy goes, "Nobody likes a snitch." And the second guy goes, "Try me." And the first one goes,
I don't know.
I love these gentlemen. I hope
And
they are
so-
husbands.
walks out, and you hear the door close again in the kitchen. And you are now all at the top of the stairs to the pantry, as far as you can tell.
Let me quickly look at something. So, I took notes last time about what the actual vault had as security. So, the first thing we need to look out for is statues, the second thing is tripwires at the entrance, and then other ones that Daranax doesn't know about. Past those. Can I roll investigation for tripwires?
Yeah.
Or like any of the things mentioned in the list, really?
You can roll me an investigation to see, like, if you're forging on ahead. Essentially, you can roll me an investigation to see what's what.
I think so. Like,
Okay.
it might be a good idea just to get past the ones we know about.
Okay, so you're heading down into the basement.
Yeah.
Okay. Head forwards. You roll me an investigation as you head down.
That's weird.
Hmm?
I clicked a button, I heard the rolly noise, but nothing happened in the Roll20 API.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me just double check. Is it in the actual...
Yeah, because the last thing.
Oh yeah, it rolled in the actual Roll20 bit. That's weird. I rolled a 11. Yeah, just an 11.
11. With nothing on top?
No, I haven't recast guidance on myself at this point, so...
Well,
Actually, it would have ended, but I haven't
have
recast it,
anything
hopefully.
for investigation on top of
Oh no, I rolled a 5, but that's +3/+3.
Okay. So you look down this corridor and you see that it immediately, as far as you can tell, opens up into a relatively wide room, but in the corridor itself, you don't see any tripwires. You do see a small set of, like, round tiles inset into the floor. In sort of the first
Okay.
corridor section. They look relatively easily avoidable, but they're definitely there.
What do your magic eyes say?
Oh yeah, does my magic detection see anything?
You don't see any magic in this section of the corridor.
So can't see where I am. Let's see.
You're directly
There we
in front
go.
of me.
No, I know. I'm just trying to like position the camera because it's a little bit of an awkward angle. Okay, so I don't see anything in the corridor.
You see 4 small round tiles in the floor, but they don't seem to be magical.
Okay. That looks like a trap.
Don't say.
Like this is bog standard trap, right, everyone?
Can I have a look at it and figure out what it's doing without saying it off?
Yeah.
Am I rolling investigation for that?
Yep.
Okay, well, +7, here we go.
Woo!
19.
19. You look at these small circles in the floor, and as you're looking at them, you realize that these seem to be some form of pressure plate. That if you stepped on them, it's likely that it'll trigger something. You're not entirely sure what. You can't see anything in the walls or anything sort of around this area, but you're relatively certain these are a form of trap, and that if you step on them, or like specifically on them, they will trigger something.
Okay, those are definitely pressure plates. What's your footing?
Could be a code.
Can we leave yet?
I mean, they've gone
I
out of
mean-
the thing, but I think they might still be outside patrolling, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
like-
still
Outside
patrolling
patrolling
as
is
far as you're
fine.
aware.
I mean, like, let's leap over the
Wait,
pressure plate, have a little nap. This place looks safe.
I think this is probably the furthest from safe. We've just verified where the vault is, really. Is that
Yeah.
not good enough? Is
Well,
that
they're not
not a good enough start here?
They're not gonna check on it every 20 minutes, are they?
So I
Yeah,
feel like
something
we've
else, right?
actually just accidentally done the plan. So the whole thing for reconnaissance was like, okay, we found the vault entrance, right?
Yeah.
But now that we are already here and past the guards, is it more sensible to go back, regain spell slots, than it would be to go past a trap that a guard is for sure not going to go past,
I have half of my spells available.
and then take a long rest to get them back?
I think it would be... I do not trust, especially Lucian, if we, like, take a kip in front of the ominous obelisk between 2 doors.
I mean, that's probably the statue trap.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you can
think-
always
I think
take a kip where you are right now. That's an option.
I think it's... I think anywhere we take a kip is best outside of this property. I do not trust staying in this property for several hours at a time.
That's
Unless we
okay. Do
actively
you
do
trust
anything.
being in my arms? What if I just cuddle you as you sleep?
It'll make it harder for me to, like, go away in the event that we get discovered.
It will be fine. You just need a nap. Maybe baby's angry.
You can't say that to a... Oh, that is racist!
It's not racism! It's a baby!
Hey, you can't just keep calling them a baby just because they're shorter than you.
Wait.
Rod, it's time we had a talk about species and race context.
I
For
didn't mean
example,
as in
you
his
can't ask if dragonborns eat children because they're lizards, and you can't call dwarves babies because they're short. I mean, for Christ's sake, they have facial hair.
In fairness, all dwarves have facial hair, regardless of their age. But you know that.
Yeah.
Helping beat this stereotype.
Also, we don't have babies like that. But anyways, if I sloop back up to the top of the stairs, do I hear anyone in the kitchen?
You do not.
Do I hear anything up there at all?
You can hear, like, faint sounds of someone maybe, like, 2 rooms over talking, but seems to be relatively distant.
Okay. I flag down to everyone else. Okay, I think the coast is clear. We should be able to leave now.
Okay, so plan is we go to the fancy inn in the high district so we don't have to make our way back in here.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do think they will allow Kazuma though, which is a bit of a problem.
I'll just nap on the roof with them, it's fine.
Okay, we got a plan.
It's not like Ingvar's got any spell slots to regain.
Well, what do you do for you?
Meh.
Do I hear anybody outside?
I also
the
do
door?
think that... What
No.
am I doing at the moment?
No one heard. No one outside the door.
Not as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
God,
gonna
I
have to
got-
reroll my spells tomorrow. Damn, oh well. They're not especially good. Let's get out of here.
Rod's following. Or leading. Because apparently he's the stealthiest now.
Somehow, yes.
Well, you can go through shadows now, remember?
Apparently.
Yeah,
With you.
I remember.
The new armor you got?
Were there any,
Uh,
do you need to have line of sight to the shadows, or can you just know
You need
where
to be
they
in
are?
them.
Like
Uh,
in
You need to have line of sight to the shadows you want to get to.
Okay, right. So we can't just, now that we've seen the vault area, go to a shadow in there.
No.
Okay.
Someone shut the door!
And also, you are aware that the foundations of this building have something that prevents teleportation. as
True,
well.
true. There is that, yes.
Oh look, the librarian would like to close the door.
I mean, the librarian can wait for me to extract prod from the building.
thank
Oh, it's
you.
not out yet?
Shift left
Please,
click.
I can't get out.
I didn't
Help.
know it actually gave like a prompt for that. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
You
Okay.
need to understand that this armor has like 5 paragraphs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
It's fine. I can't die anymore. It's great.
Excuse me?
Now that we are outdoors, let's head for the inn.
Okay.
As discreetly as we can, so that we are not seen to be a group of 5 people that just, like, appeared from inside of a currently unoccupied residence.
I like that you count Kazuma as a people. Dragons do deserve equal rights.
I mean,
Just
look at me
there is a
right now.
person. Baby.
Look at me. Of
You
course I
can't
count the
just keep
dragon.
calling everything baby!
Look. I'm not calling. I'm not calling Darren baby because he's a dwarf. I'm calling Darren baby because he's a baby.
Oh! Baby girl!
I'm 54 years old.
No,
Baby
you don't
girl.
understand. You're baby girl.
Yes. Thank you. What are we? What's happening? We're going to
I
the
don't know.
fancy.
I'm very confused by this whole situation. I'm gonna be honest.
We're going to the fancy hotel.
Yeah, fancy inn.
The fancy inn.
I think Ingvar's
Okay.
trying
Take
to
me,
shut the
sky
old borders.
gods. To the fancy inn.
Fancy in time, baby.
Fancy inn
Fancy
time,
inn
baby.
Go for the fancy inn.
Where's the
Which
fan-
way
oh,
was
there
the
it is.
fancy-
Pillars
Someone-
of silk.
Someone take me. I don't know where I'm going.
There is
I'll
one
just
road.
drag you all.
Thank you. We wish to engage fast travel.
Can't, there's enemies nearby.
Oh,
Oh no.
that's fine. They're not aware of us yet.
Okay, so you make your way to the Pillars of Silk. You book a room for the day, I guess. It's relatively early in the day. It's only like 11 a.m.
We've got a lot of planning to do.
Yeah, we're just here for like for a rest basically, but also to like figure out exactly what our go-to methodology is going to be when we get in there.
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be like 5 gold a person unless you're all taking the same room.
Are we all taking the same room?
I feel like we need to get a little bit thrifty after that big magic shop before.
Fine. We'll share the same room. Actually, I love cuddling up. This is great.
Yeah, and I didn't think there would be any protest from you.
Sorry, that an Elfie reaction came first of like, ugh, and then I was like, no, Prod would love this.
Yeah.
Prod would love
Physical touch.
this. Need I have to touch someone? Yeah. Prod's like, who's spooning? Wait, I can do all of you at once! He's a wingspan. He's wingspan. He's like in the middle of the bed. And he's like, yes, snuggle! Snuggle! What? I've lost my mind.
Okay, long rest.
Indeed. What is you? Yeah, you long rest. What is your plan?
Okay, we know how we know that we can get through the 2 doors at the back, and that gets us to the kitchen, where we can then we have now broken the door to get into the what is quote unquote pantry, and we know that at the bottom of that staircase is most definitely some pressure plates and most probably the vault. So, do we have anything that we could do about the statue trap, which I'm going to presume is going to be magical in nature?
I could counterspell it if it's just a basic one.
I could hit it really hard.
Either option works, honestly.
I could get the dragon to eat it.
Is your counterspell reliable?
A counterspell is anything at level 3, so I would need to figure out what the spell is to be certain that it would dispel it.
Right, can you do that from observation? So that we can just, like, observe it before we go into the area of activation?
To be certain of the spell, I would need to be able to cast Identify on it.
Are you talking about the pressure
magic
plates
object.
or the traps? The statues.
The statues.
The statues. Magical... apparently I can go invisible now, which is, you know, is a nice thing to figure out in a hot moment of tension. But, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say magical traps are gonna be less vulnerable to me just being invisible and disarming them.
Yeah.
So ideally we want to deactivate them before we go into that area.
I mean, I could just, like, straight up do an Arcana check on them. Probably to try and figure out their workings.
I mean, that statue thing, Bob, is visible from the stairs, so it's not like you need to get too close to it.
Okay, so then there was 2 distinct doorways. Do we split up and go through both of them at once? Do we explore the fullest extent of one before the other? What do you think?
I feel like it would be better to do one at a time, splitting the party when there's magical traps and potentially horrendous things that Blackwood has there is probably never a good idea.
Right.
You're not wrong.
Left or right, I guess then the next question is. Which
Right's
do we
always
think...
the right way.
Yeah. Right is probably the to go. The question is what hand is Blackwood? Because he probably puts the least dangerous things in the hand that he usually goes by.
Oh, what hand did Blackwood take the ring with?
He would have taken the ring with his right hand.
Okay.
Right,
so
it is.
It's a tenuous strain of logic to be sure, but the right side is probably the safest on that basis.
But Darren, the moon is in its 7th equinox, which means we'll be successful tonight.
It's fine. Jupiter is aligning with Mars. That will negate that, and it'll give us a +1 bonus to, like...
Nobody
rolls
in
on
this
astrological.
world knows what a Jupiter is, by the way.
That's fine.
The dot in the sky.
It's an old god from a place called Room.
Juniper's a plant. It's fine. You just said it wrong.
I also know of Saturn, the finest of known gaming consoles.
I mean, the only 3 celestial bodies that are known about in this world at the moment, without being relatively invested in astronomy, are the moons. So...
I mean, I know Mars, but as in the snack. Sorry.
I'm just imagining like a pantheon where instead of Mars as the god of war, it's actually Snickers.
Oh god.
Owned by the same company. So,
Oh, well, you know. Oh, to be fair.
well, they're all owned by the same company these days.
And you know the moon that divides everybody's opinion. Bounty.
The curse of coconut shavings. Weren't we planning a heist? Oh.
Where?
Heist!
Okay.
Stop talking about
Anyway,
brains.
I think Athena would be the Milky Way bar. What do you
Presumably-
guys think?
Presumably we go in stealthily and avoid the guards again, but do we want to just like pick them off as best we can? That'll take us a fair bit of time.
It would take us
But
a fair bit of time, and
But it would
presumably
mean if,
there's
if
also
stuff goes south, we'll have a much easier exit.
those guards. Remember, are decked out in magical items.
Right, yeah.
And the
They're
fact
not-
that if we take down all of the gods, isn't Blackwood going to be a bit more suspicious?
I mean, he'll hear of that eventually when he gets back.
Well, they presumably aren't investigating the contract. Only Blackwood would be able to go that deep into the vault, presumably, to see if it's still there or not. And if we do this right, he will have no idea that it's been destroyed, aside from it actually being destroyed, which I think he's alerted by.
Hmm. Right, so we'll keep to the stealth plan. We'll just have to... The doors are unlocked now. Do we think the guards will relock them after a certain point, like the kitchen door?
I feel like almost definitely, especially the kitchen door. The only one that might stay unlocked is the arcane lock one, because that is a thing that broke, according to the description. It sounded like glass shattering.
Hmm.
And I
And
imagine not too
also-
many people in there would know how to relock an arcane lock.
I feel like it would be fair, though, to go, you know, like, advantage on the lockpick if you've already picked it successfully before, so it might be easier to get back in now that we've done recon.
I can definitely pick the other two locks if they've relocked them at the very least. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
how much time it'll take us.
I'm going to let you guys discuss that while I take a bio break.
We don't get a break.
Is that a tape measure?
I love that it. My Discord view it's just like I got the conversation minimized, so I saw like Lucian wandering off camera, and then I heard, "Is that a tape measure?" And then it cut to Elfie wiggling a tape measure at the camera. Perfect timing.
I'm trying to get it to poke you.
Buy me a drink first, at least.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
Fine. I just finished a 10-hour day. My brain is fried.
Oh, I'm so
Oof.
sorry.
It is
Oh.
fried. I'm like, you guys make decisions. I'll just be hot and hit things over in the corner.
Yeah.
Right. So before
Yeah.
Lucian gets back, do we wanna start the vault raid today?
I
I mean,
after
we've
the
got-
long rest, we have to.
I don't think we have.
We do
to.
because of our contract. If we don't do it, then we completely forget that that demon lady exists.
Right.
Oh,
Does it
yeah.
have to be this day though?
Yes, because the contract started for 2 days. 1 day has already passed.
Right.
Ooh.
It has to be
meant,
today.
I meant more like this stream.
Oh, I don't know.
This session, because we've got like
40
maybe
minutes?
30
Half an
30
hour. Yeah,
30
we probably don't have enough time to do.
Should we
that.
just do some RP in the meantime and just be like, we've got the plan, we're ready to go, but before we fuck it up, let's all have a drink.
I mean, you guys have 45 minutes, at the very least.
I feel like we could do this in 45.
We couldn't.
I mean, if you
that's
guys
fine,
don't
that's
stop
fine.
every
Fucking
10
moron.
had
minutes
one
to talk
round
about
of
random
combat
shit,
take that
then
long before.
combat
Okay.
and going through a vault are two very different situations. Combat in D&D takes ages.
Yeah, I feel like we may not be doing combat in this vault, is the thing. I think it's mostly going to be avoiding traps.
I virtually guarantee there's going to be some level of combat.
Okay, let's fucking go.
I guess. Okay. Do we
We
have
can
to
always
make the rules
end
and whatnot?
session if, like, we get to a combat thing early as well.
Yeah. Do we
Yeah.
have to make the rolls and whatnot to get back in, or can we just do that?
I will say, give me one group stealth check.
Oh, goody.
That's
Oh,
fine.
no.
That's
Who has the
fine.
best
Rolls
stealth?
that.
You all roll, and then I count towards a
Oh,
total.
okay. You said one group stealth check, so it was a bit...
Well,
yeah, anyway.
the one stealth check to get you back to where you were before, basically.
Oh.
Has
17
anyone
for me.
got guidance?
Yes.
Can you guidance me?
That
Yeah,
was the dragon.
I think Lydia needs the guidance, but you know.
Actually, wait, yeah, you have armor that stops you being at a disadvantage now for
Can
stealth,
we not
but...
bring the dragon? Sorry. Can we, in the nicest
Yeah.
way,
Yeah, can we just park him in a corner somewhere?
park him? He's wonderful. We love him. Maybe not today.
No, it's a
Maybe
bit,
not on a
it's-
stealth mission.
Nah, he's a bit big for the vault.
Also, I feel like if there's gold there, he's gonna try and eat it.
Again, with the stereotypes.
He's not that kind of dragon. He likes his.
He
likes
tried to
meat.
eat my purse the other day. He tried to eat my whole hand of gold.
What because you were tempting him?
I was not. He's
Well,
just a
you
bastard.
How dare?
With the most love in my heart.
Well, that's not much better.
Okay, let's see what cantrips I get. Illusion, transmutation, and conjuration. Woo.
Ooh. That was the 10 thing, well, by the way.
So, what are our rolls? What have you guys rolled?
16.
16,
17.
17,
10.
10.
Plus
and
1d4.
Oh. Right, hold on.
I cast guidance on you specifically.
30.
13. And
17.
17. Okay. Without too much issue, your group manages to get into the kitchen area. You have a small heart attack when you open the back door to find the door to the hallway just closing. But other than that, it is empty and uneventful. You can actually see the guards' patrols a little better at night because they're holding torches.
Oh, sexy.
And you enter without issue.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Can we get into the vault? We get into the vault. Very sexy. Someone TP me to you because it's not gonna happen.
I hear these stairs.
Yeah, the stairs are very tight.
It's fine. I'm
Just teleport.
getting you guys down.
Thank you. Thanks, boss.
Honk shoe me. Okay.
Thank you.
So I think, given the prevalence of traps, that Librarian and I are probably the people to go first.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm directly behind because I can leap in front as a meat shield.
Okay.
Okay. Well, step one. We know the pressure plates are there.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to attempt to circumvent them or disarm them?
How much do I trust the people standing behind me?
Well, they might be a way of opening the doors, actually. So, like,
That-
maybe stepping on them in a certain sequence. So
no,
let's.
that seems like a terrible idea, and I don't want to
Yeah.
test that.
Yeah, we're not going to test it. We're not going to test it.
How
But
about...
let's jump over them in case it sort of fucks up our way to the door.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's jump over and then disarm it if we need to make a quick exit.
Do we need a roll for jump?
Athletics, surely.
Athletics!
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
I just got really excited. That's like one of the few things I actually have.
What
It's
is
athletics or
your
acrobatics,
decision?
presumably.
Disarm or circumvent?
Circumvent.
Okay, roll me either athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, acrobatics for me is +2 at least.
It'll be acrobatics for Ingvar as well.
And do a really bad flip
Okay.
and get a 7.
So you manage to vault your way past these 4 pressure plates, stepping in the middle of them, and then jumping over without touching them. Just about.
I got a 22.
Prod, you literally just stomp through the middle of them. Your
No.
legs are long enough just to be able to go right past.
No, I do a forward flip.
Fair enough. You do a forward flip.
Because I'm showing off, because it's my one skill!
What did the rest of you get?
I got a 7.
I got an 18.
Okay, Ingvar, you managed to get through with no problem. Librarian, you get past the first 3. And then you slip, and your heel hits the last one.
Have I taken it off yet?
You can choose to leave your foot there for the moment, if you wish.
I want to use prestidigitation to chill the pressure plate.
That's asking a lot from prestidigitation, I think.
Okay. Hold on, let me read the book.
Oh,
Oh,
my
no.
god!
Oh no, we're getting roared.
Oh no.
What was it say? Yeah.
Prop your feet
Rules
up,
as
folks.
written.
I got my nails done.
Yeah, non-living material for 1 hour is what it says. I can chill it, but not freeze it.
I think you're gonna have to chill it a lot more than, like, a cold drink.
This spell is a minor magical trick that novice spellcasters use for practice. You create one of the following magical effects within range. You create an instantaneous. Instantly light or snap a candle. You chill, warm, or flavor up to 1 cubic feet of non-living material for 1 hour. Okay. I will state that this will give you advantage on your dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, that's all I wanted anyway. I kind of want to disarm it by chilling it for a bit. That gives me like
It's not disarmed,
Okay.
it's just slowed.
I'll do a what was it, a dex check, you said?
Dexterity saving throw. The moment you step off that pressure plate.
19.
19. Okay. So, you step off the pressure plate and immediately tumble forward as from the roof of this passageway, 4 massive jets of flame scorch down into the passageway. But you, with your quick thinking and good dexterity, are unharmed. You watch as the pressure plate clicks back into place.
Can I do an investigate to see if there's any mice? Because I've been burnt by this trap before, and if that would have set off any alarms. You know what I mean?
You see no mice.
Now that I've seen what the pressure plates do, is it going to be any
You've
easier
seen
for me
what
to
one
disable them?
pressure plate does.
Right.
And
pressure
I
plates.
will note that pressure plate does have a symbol on it. Each one has symbols on it.
What?
This one
That
has the
wasn't
symbol of
mentioned
a
before.
fire.
What do the other symbols look like?
So the one at the entrance to the corridor has what looks like a droplet of water on it. And the 2 at each side have something that looks similar to the head of a Minecraft piston.
Okay. So that's probably
Cool.
frustrating if I had to take a wild guess.
Wall squish.
Yeah.
Could I trigger these each with like about 10 pounds of force per se?
What's that gonna do
maybe?
for?
I'm just gonna try and disable them.
But not the
But
Minecraft
you've
piston ones. They might be
already-
opening doors.
Gotten through.
Yeah, gotten through now. We're gonna go back through again.
Yeah, we're gonna leave.
Maybe.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, this is in case we need to
Yeah, 'cause that
retreat in an
worked so fine the
emergency.
first time.
I'll just
Okay.
hold you in my arms, whoever's got low decks.
Well,
Thanks,
bearing in
bro.
mind, you are now in a wide open room. This
Oh,
room
wait.
is relatively well lit. It has 2 statues in it, and at the other end there is a large obelisk with runes inscribed on it.
Can someone
Arcana check on the ruins.
Are you crossing the room to
No,
check?
I am not. Also, what does my magic vision show me?
Okay, so as you look around this room, you notice both statues definitely enchanted. The obelisk definitely enchanted. Both doors enchanted. The lantern, the flames from the torches magical. And that's about it.
Can
Okay,
Can
I'm
I
assuming the obelisk is linked to both of these. I guess we need to destroy it in some way. I would suspect.
let's look at the statues. What do the
Before we
statues
get
look
too
like?
deep in the weeds on that, what am I rolling to disarm these pressure plates?
You are rolling sleight of hand.
Okay, do I have any benefits to that, having seen them work, or...
No.
Don't disarm the ones that look like Minecraft pistons, please. Please.
That's an 18 for me.
Okay, so which one are you disarming first?
We'll start with the fire one.
Okay. You take a look at this pressure plate and you realize that it's raised slightly above the floor, and on each side there are two distinct small sort of bars that are slotted into it. And you twist it very slightly. As you're looking at it, you twist it and you watch as the bars stick out and lay flat on the floor. And seemingly, this is the method of disarming these traps that is inbuilt into them for when people actually want to come down here.
Okay.
You gonna do that with the rest of them?
I will do that with the rest of them.
Okay. It takes you about 5 minutes, but eventually you get through.
I will leave the Minecraft piston head one on the left as that.
Okay. So you
So
disarm
everyone-
3 of them.
Everyone, do not step on the left pressure plate, but the rest of them should be safe.
Okay.
Ooh.
By which I mean the left as we are leaving, not as we're coming in.
So the right one?
The one that was originally on our right, but which is now on our left as we are facing them, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I think with our compass in Tailspire, this would be the eastern pressure plate.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. One trap down.
Can I do a history check on these statues to see if they look like anything specific?
Yeah, sure.
7, that one.
Ooh.
They look not very humanoid.
Can I look at them?
Yeah, sure.
Yeehaw!
You
Um,
want to
I'll
roll
run
me a
some
history check
investigation
or
here
an
as well.
intelligence check?
Oh,
Investigation?
I'm
Up to Give me a good reason, and I'll let you roll it.
I will roll investigation to investigate what's going on with these statues before
Okay.
we do too much.
Can I roll religion to see if there's any religious iconography to do with them?
Yes,
Roll a 10.
I will allow that.
10 total for me.
7.
Okay.
Nope. I do not see
We know nothing.
All 7s, baby!
all
Yeah.
7s, baby!
You
Can't
don't
wait for-
see any specific religious iconography. What did you roll, Darren?
10. I can't wait
10.
for level 11 where I can't roll below 10.
You take a look at these statues, and there's definitely something weird about them. I'll give you a quick visual description of what they look like. Each statue is holding a large sword, sort of straight down in front of their chest. They're wearing armor, but each statue has 4 arms, and the head is sort of like this blank oval.
From my magic vision, you know how it's normally kind of like gives a blurry effect when like magic is kind of emanating from something, and like it kind of is, and it's like an intensity. So like the source of something would be much brighter. Is the obelisk glowing brighter than the two statues?
No, the statues are glowing brighter than the obelisk.
Okay. So that implies the obelisk does not actually control them. It probably has something to do with the doors instead.
Well, it could just be a button, and
Yeah.
then everything else clicks on like an engine.
So at max, my dispel would probably only get one of these. And that's even if it's a low enough level that my dispel magic can work.
Well, they look like they're like some sort of gateway. Like they're facing each other.
They're
Um,
guards that are guarding like a threshold. I think if we try
Yeah.
and cross in front of them, they'll attack us. Or something will
I agree
happen.
with that, yeah.
But I'm wondering if I can fire just a plain old arrow in front of them and to see if they activate.
Check a
The
coin or
thing
something.
is, how would Blackwood get through this?
They could
The
just
match
be
probably-
not trigger for him.
It could be he's not trigger. He could have some sort of magical protection or any sort of magical item that would stop them from going for him.
Can I summon my observer and have it walk through towards the
Sure.
obelisk?
Sure.
Man,
Do that. Come on, Scuttlebug, get up.
Okay,
Go.
so you summon the observer. Oh!
Control.
My apologies.
The observer sneezes.
Observer doesn't
Um,
sneeze.
As the observer crosses the threshold between the statues, you watch as the runes that are marked around the base of these statues start to light. The observer suddenly stops, and you're trying to will it forward, but it can't move. And you watch, the rest of you, as runes on the blades of the swords that these statues are holding start to light. And slowly going from this bright blue at the base up to a deep, deep red. Until they reach the pommel of the sword that they're holding. Then, the face, the sort of oval blank face of these statues opens up, sort of lifts forward and slides to the side. And what looks to be this beam of bright red energy, this sort of wall almost, slices between the two statues and meets in the middle. And you watch as the observer just kind of disintegrates.
Okay,
Well, fuck.
let's press one of the piston things.
I feel like this is gonna smush us.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very big and very tough.
I don't think you should
So-
stand on it if we don't know what it does yet.
Did the ruins on the statues only activate when it crossed the midpoint between the statues?
The runes on the statue only activated once the observer got to the center of the room.
Okay, so that's like halfway past like the very start of the statue base, right?
Yes.
Can I slowly go up to the statue base on the left, looking for those, like checking if the activation happens as I start getting near it? And if it doesn't, I want to start casting Identify.
It seems dormant.
I ritual cast Identify on the statue.
Okay. So, this statue is what is known as a multi-guardian. It is both trap and enemy, but only when activated. Each rune that is represented on this statue represents different thing. The runes on the pommel represent some form of disintegration beam. The runes around the base of the statue are some form of paralysis, or something that stops creatures. It's like it's casting hold person, essentially. And you notice that there are runes on the shoulders and knees and elbows of these statues as well, that seem to be for some form of locomotion.
As in train?
As
As in
movement.
movement.
Oh. Fine.
Okay, so there's like 3 different magical effects happening on these statues at the same time.
Yes.
There's the thing that makes it move, there's the thing that paralyzes whatever's in there, and there's the thing that shoots a death beam.
Mm-hmm.
I can disable at max 2 of these. So 1 on each statue, probably. And that's all of my high-level spell slots for the day, which means I'm going to be out of combat pretty much.
Oh, that could be
What-
very bad for us.
Can you observe the middle obelisk and see if that has any semblance of...
Can I see any of the symbols in enough detail to make sense of it?
So the obelisk has 4 symbols on it. Sort of stacked on top of each other. 2 look like doors, of some sort. The other 2, one of them is sort of a pulsing green rune, and the other one is a pulsing purple rune.
Okay, oh, wait. These are ruin enchanted, right? So they aren't technically classical magical artifacts like a bag of holding would be.
No.
That means that you can technically damage them much easier. Because they don't
Yes.
have the traditional resistance. Could I use my tinkering tools to strike out the portion of the ruins on the statue, like chisel it off, that caused the paralysis field?
I would allow that with a roll.
Okay, what should I roll? Arcana?
You would be rolling sleight of hand.
Can I
With
use
your
the Tinker
Arcana
Tool
bonus.
Okay, so I don't use Tinker Tool. Right.
You can either use your Arcana bonus or you can use Tinkering Tools. One of the 2.
I will... What was the roll for
It's
Sleight
Sleight of Hand with either bonus from Tinkering Tools or Arcana. One of the 2. You pick which.
Can you cast guidance on yourself?
Yes, I can. I will do Tinkering Tools plus Guidance.
Okay.
That's an
Okay.
11 plus Guidance. That is a 14.
14.
I'm rolling so bad today.
You start work on these small, intricate runes. You start trying to chip away at one of them. And it's working. You manage to score through parts of the first rune. And you realize that it is working. You're watching as the rune sort of dims. It has this already faint glow from just being there. But you watch as the rune dims, and you go through the second one and start chiseling. And then you feel something. And the rest of you see this. And you look up as the hands that are gripping the blade, the massive stone blade on this statue, sort of shift and lift the sword out of the base of the statue. You have disabled the paralysis field,
Oh no.
But the statue knows you're here now.
Can it see us?
Got no eyes.
Got no
it
eyes.
has no eyes.
So we're gonna be very quiet, okay?
Knowing that it presumably has like some kind of tremor or like
Some kind of
other
mind
sense, I want to do the same thing with the paralysis field on the other statue, or was it just one for the whole?
was this statue.
No, it's this paralysis field from this statue has been disabled.
And presumably
But-
that would let us go through the left-hand side, but not the right.
You don't know. It is possible that maybe both statues cover the whole corridor. You don't know.
Okay, then taking the worst possible option as the true one, I want to stealth over to the other statue and start work on the other paralysis runes.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Eight plus guidance. 9.
We boned.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
– 18 plus guidance. Oh wait, no, guidance effect saves. 18.
18.
Oh, I could make that higher.
You
Hang on.
start to sneak away. And suddenly you hear a creaking of stone as the blade is lifted and is brought down straight to where you're standing. And you dodge out of the way, backwards, back towards your party, as the blade strikes stone, and then the statue is still once more. It seems
Well-
that the statue sensed your movement, but it does not know where you are.
It looks like they have some form of tremor sense. But also, it looks like I was able to deactivate the paralysis field on the left. If we can physically damage the ruins on them, it should disenchant the effect. They're not traditional magical items, they're ruin works. Which means if you hit it hard enough, it stops working.
Do we want to do that then? Are we picking fights with statues?
You could.
I don't think we should waste spells on them for certain.
Yeah, definitely.
By the way, everyone.
Who's flipping through a rule book? I'm worried.
Yeah, everyone gets a +1 on their on all saving throws when they're in 10 feet of me. Just
Oh,
so
nice.
you know. So technically you're on a 19.
Nice.
If Lucian planned for us to die if we couldn't get past the statues, then making them aggro on us when we deactivated them was a bad start.
Right.
They don't know where you are. Remember that.
So
I don't think I
spell-
can smack them about with something like an Eldritch Blast. These are made out of fucking stone. So like that would just do HP damage. It wouldn't deactivate them.
I mean, I
But we do
9
have like
hit.
points of weakness now, at least.
Do I do bludgeoning damage? Because I feel like bludgeoning and force damage would work best
Probably the best
against.
choices, yeah.
I mean, Eldritch is forced though. Let me.
I know Elvish.
You're just realizing this now.
Sorry.
We're learning so much about each other
Mon
today.
Dieu!
I'm sorry, I was just scrolling through my. I know Elvish.
Lucian, so Eldritch Blast is force damage, right? Which should be effective
Yes.
against stuff like stone. If I did an Eldritch Blast, which is like, I think still 2, or no, 3? 5th level? Yeah, 3 beams. No, 3 beams at 11th level. 2 beams at 5th, yeah. So two beams of Eldritch Blast at the paralysis ruins of the other statue. Does that seem like something that would work, or does it feel like it's too tough with me like already having chiseled away at it and knowing how tough it is?
You can give it a go.
Okay, so we're either going to initiate combat on
Okay,
these
so
anyway,
to be
so let's
fair,
rearrange.
From what you've seen, the disintegration beams that these statues emit require the target to be completely stationary. And if you're moving, they will try to attack you directly instead. With the blades instead of the beam, because they can't target you with the beam when you're moving.
Was there like a difference in my movement upon me like coming up to the statue as opposed to me like triggering it knowing where I was?
The reason that it knew where you were when you triggered it was because you actively started chiseling away at it. And it noticed, because you weren't doing it carefully enough, basically.
Okay, so I saved against the other one. Could I now approach the one on the right to try and do the same?
Mm-hmm. You can
Do I need
approach
to roll?
fine. You don't need to roll anything. But if you roll badly on the actual dismantling of it, it will get irritated.
Okay, I'll roll again then. Let's get my Tinker Tools. I have Guidance. Okay. That's a 14 on Tinker plus Guidance, which is 18.
18. Okay. So, you start work on the base of this statue, and slowly working your way around until eventually you realize that you've actually carved very gently a slash through all the runes around the base, and it does not seem to have reacted.
Okay, so here's my thought. I could either go for the locomotion ruins on this one, or we can just fucking fight them. What are people thinking?
Do you think you can go through the ruins safely?
I do have a +7 plus D4 for this roll, and it's an intelligence roll, so it's still pretty good for me.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'd say try that.
Okay, let's go for the locomotion ruins on the right statue as well.
The longer we can put off using spells and losing hit points, the better.
That is a 26 plus D4, which is 27.
Hold on.
Oh,
You've
you're
been
not gonna allow
using
that.
intelligence for this?
That's what Tinker's Tools is, yeah.
No. It's sleight of hand plus your Tinker's Tools proficiency.
Oh! Let me do what a reroll is then. I thought it was either Sleight of Hand plus Arcana or Tinker's Tools.
No, it's sleight of hand plus Arcana or plus Tinker's Tools.
Yeah, there was a comma there I did not read into. Okay, so what is it going to be then? Sleight of Hand is...
I'll accept your roll for this first one here. That's fine.
Yeah,
but
I'll read you the second one though. So that's a Sleight of Hand, and then my Tinker's Tool would then be... So the int is +2. Am I double proficient on that then? That's a +5. Okay, so +5 plus my int, which is 3, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it'd actually be better.
There you go.
It would be one better, so it's 28 total.
Okay. So yeah, you start carving your way up the blade of this statue very carefully until eventually you reach the pommel and you score across that, and the statue does not move, and the runes seem to have been deactivated.
Okay, just gotta do that to the other one.
I go do that to the other one. Okay, I'll roll properly this time with Sleight of Hand and add my shit.
Wait, hold on. Were you going for the disintegration beam runes or the locomotion?
Locomotion
Okay,
one
yeah.
on the right.
So basically, you go across every single joint on this thing, and it can no longer move, as far as you can tell.
The one on the right's disabled, but I still gotta stop the other one from moving.
Just don't stand in the middle beam where the disintegrating thing happens.
Yeah,
and
just
we
like,
should
run
be
across
okay.
real quick. Not right now though. I still need to do the one on the left. I go to do the one on the left. I'm a stone carver now. That's
Okay.
my role.
What is your roll?
Okay, so that's a 15 plus 4, 19, and then plus a
19.
d4.
I mean,
Which is,
regardless,
yeah, it's fine either way.
You manage to skirt around it as it has its sword sort of lodged in the floor. It's not moving again. These things don't seem to move unless they can actively detect you, or you're actively doing something. So you start carving through all the locomotion runes, and eventually it is just a statue once more. These statues seem to be inactive. They still have the ability to use the disintegration beam, but they can't aim it or anything.
You know what we should have done? I feel like this should have been a feeds tool thing that Darren does.
Well,
Like, this feels definitely feathy things that I'm doing right
It's
now.
very magical. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I don't know
Like
anything
that.
about rocks.
Okay.
It's a dwarf.
The statues,
Hey.
as far as you can tell, have been dismantled.
Yeah.
Everyone just run through the middle real quick. They still have death laser swords that I didn't bother to stop because they're scary.
Run through the middle.
Stealth through the middle, so they don't know where they
Wait, actually,
Hmm?
those swords, are they gripping them tightly?
Oh, yes. They're gripping them tightly. They're like these massive... They're these massive great swords, right? With handles that are designed to be held by 4 hands. And each of these statues has 4 arms.
Oh.
So what would the strength DC to wield one of those be like?
I think only Prod would have the slightest chance.
Yeah, probably.
I know, but what if we gave Prod a fucking disintegration blade?
The blade is linked into the head of this statue. The head is what emits the beam, not
No
the blade
turning on the
itself.
enemy's lightsaber.
Oh.
It's not a lightsaber. It's essentially the
How much
runes are
strength do we
carved.
need to rip off the head?
Here, rip off the head, carve it out, put the head on my head, and then I have the sword.
You have a new disintegration helmet. You become the combustion bender from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
We are not turning
Fuck
Prod
yeah.
into Darth Vader.
I wouldn't be. I'm a good guy. I only do good things.
You're wearing black armor.
I'm goth.
Right, I'm going to stealth towards the doors.
Okay. There's no need. These things can't really detect you anymore.
Okay.
Most of their runes have been disabled, so you
I
get
cut out their nerves.
without. You literally did. You cut out their nervous system.
Okay, well, we said we'd take the right door first.
Okay.
What does the door look like?
It's a large stone door with no handles.
Is there anything on the pillar that indicates like a way to open it, or do we?
Should I
the
do an
pillar
Arcana
has-
check?
So the first things first, the pillar does have 4 runes on it. One is green, one is purple, and 2 look like open doors.
I guess no matter which one we choose, it opens one of the doors.
Yeah.
So are you going for the ones on the left side of the pillar or the right side of the pillar?
The right.
The right side.
Okay. So you press the rune on the right side of the pillar, and the right side door swings open. And let me quickly load in the rune for you.
This is the best game of Binding of Isaac I've ever played.
Okay.
go.
I immediately notice that there are things in front of the doors.
Yeah, are those tripwires?
They're not tripwires, but there are these large grids in front of the doors.
That seems sus.
Yeah. Investigate.
Roll me an investigation check.
23.
23. You notice that these are basically like cattle grids. Except that in the spaces between the iron bars are large spikes, and the grid is a little bit smattered in dried blood.
Yay!
And you notice that the bars seem to be mounted on some sort of pressure system. So if you step on them, spiky.
Okay, guys, just
Spiky.
like the pressure... Oh, wow, they're animated. Just like the pressure plates, do not step on these bars.
It's about a 5
Up on the
gap.
bars?
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm rolling acrobatics to get over this, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
Eh. 5!
Oh, shit.
I'm about to need some healing.
Roll. And you try as you might, but you can't quite reach the other side, and your foot lands on one of the iron pressure bars. And the spikes shoot up out of the floor. I'm gonna roll.
Hey, by the way, if you need a saving throw, again, you get +1 because I'm here. Hello.
You take 9 points of piercing damage.
Was there an opportunity for evasion to be relevant in
You
that?
used acrobatics to try and get through this. That was your evasion, basically.
But when I am subjected to an effect that allows me to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, is that a thing here?
No, you literally did acrobatics to get through this.
Well,
yeah, no, not in this instance.
Okay, 9 damage it is.
9 damage, 9 piercing damage, and you land on the other side. You feel a massive iron spike kind of shoot up through your calf and then back down, and you stumble forwards into the corridor beyond.
Ow!
Ooh. Buddy, I got magic hands. I'll fix that in a minute.
Get over the pressure plate first.
I
I'm just
do
gonna sit here for a minute.
athletics to get over the pressure plate.
Yeah, I will allow that.
25. I do a double tuck.
You do a somersault over the grates. Nothing touches you.
Nothing touches me. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah. I will
Should've just had
do.
crowd throw. It's 5 feet. We didn't think it'd be that hard.
Until you rolled very badly.
Until I rolled really poorly. Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I rolled a 10.
Crowd's
I
gonna
will
be
point out, none
laying
of
on
you have
hands
tried to
everywhere.
disarm this trap.
There's no need. We can just jump over it. It'll be fine.
We thought.
It means if anything's chasing us, it'll also stand on it.
Okay.
Tired of disabling traps. I just want loot. I have to carve for a long time.
Zarian, you take 9 points of piercing damage.
Nuh-uh.
Yaha.
Okay. Oh wait, why do we have 10 hit points? That should be gone.
You have 10 hit points.
Temp, not 10.
I think I had
Temp.
temp from
Temp,
Armor
okay.
Agathis a while ago and I just forgot to
Right.
clear it. Was it 9 hit points, yeah?
In goes go.
Oh. Yes, 9 points of piercing damage.
33, baby.
Ingvar, you're up.
Yeah, what? Oh.
Nope.
Roll me either athletics or acrobatics. Or if you want to attempt to disarm this trap, you can.
I've got a 5 plus 5 and acrobatic. Sorry, I might have dozed off a little bit.
Oh
No,
dear.
you're good. You're good.
Was it all the carving? It was all the carving, wasn't it?
That's a 10.
Look,
Oh,
Ingvar and
here
I.
go again.
12
Ow.
points of piercing
Oh.
damage, Ingvar.
Fuck's sake.
Alright, everyone get over here.
Fucking Eldritch Blast the spikes. What are you gonna do?
Hug.
Yep.
Can I decide how much lay on hands I give people, or do I have to roll? Because it's really not specific.
What do you
It's
mean
just I can heal wounds. I have a pool of healing power that replenishes when I take a long rest. Within that pool, I can restore a number of total hit points equal to my paladin level times 5. As an action, I can touch a creature and draw from the pool to restore a number of hit points. But it doesn't say I have to, like, roll or anything?
You don't. It's automatic heal.
Automatic heal. Everyone
And you
gets a
can choose
heal.
any amount.
You
So
get
you
9
get
hit points. You get 9 hit points. You get, 12 hit points back.
Do you have enough for that?
8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't judge me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many? You took 12 or 13 damage.
2 of them took 9 and 1 of them took 12.
If I have to, I've got to go.
Yeah, I've got 5. I've got 5 thingies.
Oh, you got 5
Everyone
left?
take it.
Nice.
Everyone can get their hit points back.
Woo.
Okay. So you're all back to full. Congrats.
I'm being
Yep.
useful, Dad!
Okay.
I forgot what it was
Before
like
you-
having a healer in the party.
Yeah.
Before
That's
you
why I'm a
lies-
paladin!
New
Jesus.
corridor. What's here?
Before you lies a long, empty-looking hallway with smatterings of blood on the floor.
Oh,
And on one wall, small slits. You also
I wonder what
notice
could be behind the
along the
slits.
floor
Yeah.
I'm gonna put...
are various tripwires. Located here, 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 and here.
My question is, if we just send like a construct or something to run across all of those and cut them all, then just let them the arrows or whatever the fuck's gonna come out of their walls finish doing their thing, and then we just go walk across.
Do I see these tripwires?
Yes, you can all see the tripwires. They're relatively obvious.
How thick are the wires? They like string, metal.
They look to be metallic, but they're relatively thin.
Cable then. Wire.
I cast Eldritch Blast at the furthest away one and see if it snaps.
Pretty small
Roll
target.
me an attack.
Doesn't it just auto hit because it's... Does a wire have an AC?
It's a small
Yes.
target is the main thing.
It's a small target, and it's
Oh, okay.
a relatively, like, heavy metal wire. So yeah.
Well, 25 and 28 for each of those blasts.
Okay, yeah. So you blast once, and the wire just snaps. But as it does, you watch as the furthest away wall, from out of it, a saw blade thuds into the other side of the wall. You hear "Wham!" as it just sort of comes out the slot in the wall.
So that was for 2 of the wires.
That so yeah, in fact, in that
Like
case,
2
two
blasts.
saw blades just boom, boom, and just in the opposite wall.
Well, that seemed effective. Can I just do that again for the other 2?
Yep. As you do so, 3 more saw blades zoom, 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 out of one wall and thudding into the other, embedding themselves in grooves that have built up over time by the looks of it.
Fun.
But the hallway seems to be clear.
Can I do an investigation roll for any other weird shit?
Sure.
Uh, 21.
Seems to be clear.
24, actually.
Seems to be clear.
I need more numbers. Someone give me more numbers. I don't trust this hallway.
March down it.
Great.
Do you march
Okay, I
down
guess
it?
we're going to the end. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, you get to the end of the hallway and you turn right to see a very, very large, very, very demonic-looking door. And
I
a
don't think
lever.
this is it, guys. I think we should go through that other door.
And a lever. Next to what looks to be a set of spikes in the wall.
I mean,
Remember the last time you pulled a lever?
Is this gonna be a soul trap thing? We have to pull down the lever and hold it while we're being impaled.
You know what?
Mage hand?
Mage hand feels like a
hand.
really good use here.
Yeah,
why don't we?
I'm just
retreat
gonna,
around the corner, use Mage Hand, see what happens.
Okay,
I'm gonna call up my mage hand, and this time you can actually see it. So it looks really a lot more like a dragon's claw, and just pull the lever down while I'm standing away from those
As your
spikes.
mage hand gets within 5 feet of the lever,
Nope.
it fizzles out.
Oh.
Oh, anti-magic stuff.
Crud, I
you
believe
were
this is
looking
one
for that.
for you.
Alright, whatever. Walks over, just cranks the lever.
Okay. Roll me either a dexterity check or a constitution... sorry, either a dexterity saving throw or a constitution saving throw. Your choice.
I'm gonna go for. What do I have here? Constitution, baby.
Okay, roll it.
That's an 11.
Total?
I'll be fine. I got hit
Okay.
points.
I've
You
got cure
approach
wounds.
the lever,
Is this gonna be a We're Gods moment?
and you put your hand on it. And you don't move. And you pull. And as you pull, you feel a searing pain go through your hand.
Ouch.
You are now poisoned.
Oh, not again.
Oh, no, I can't be. I'm a paladin.
Hmm?
Oh yeah, don't they have immunity?
I have immunity to poison, I think. Maybe?
Do you? Because I know dwarves have immunity to poison.
We don't
I
have
might be an idiot. Don't forget, me being an idiot is...
Or at least resistance to poison.
Or is it a half-orc thing, maybe?
I have advantage on saving throws against poison.
Oh, I'm immune to disease.
Immune to
That
disease,
was it.
not poison.
I'm immune to disease.
Yeah.
But that's okay, I can lay on hands myself and then...
But yeah, you
Everyone's around.
feel a searing pain go through your palm as small spikes that were settled into the lever have embedded themselves into your hand. You pull it down, and as you do so, the large vault door slides open. But you also notice that you can't let go of the lever at the moment. And those spikes are starting to push further and further out of the wall towards you.
Out of the wall?
Out of the wall.
Yeah, there's two
The
spikes.
large
There's
spikes
one in the
that are
lever
right
and
next to you.
Oh. Can I make
The door
a
is open now.
strength check to yeet?
I'm gonna make a... Before I go in through there, I'm gonna make a check to see if I can see any more traps ahead of me.
Okay, roll it.
Perception, I'm guessing?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Unless you want to take your time, in which case investigation.
21.
21. It seems to be good, aside from the rather scary-looking bear rug in the middle of the vault.
It's
Rawr.
fine.
Can we set the rug on fire?
Gingerly make my way in. Who has fireball?
I've got fire
me.
arrows. I've got fire arrows, I could shoot it.
Okay, you,
Can I make
you
an
all
investigation
enter
roll?
the vault, or you and the librarian enter the vault. Prod, you still can't seem to take your hand off the lever. As
Can
long
I please make
Go
a
for it.
strength check
Go
to,
for
to
it.
leave?
Go
Wait,
for it.
wait, just finish your sentences as long.
No,
actually.
no, go for
Actually,
it, go
no.
for it. Roll it, roll it.
You're gonna do something
You
evil.
interrupted the DM.
I'm
Roll.
sorry! I'm sorry! I talk too much. Please forgive me, God. I'm trying my best. Where the fuck is my strength? There it is. Nope. 23 on a nat 20.
Oh.
Okay.
Please.
You try, and as hard as you pull, the more you pull, and the more frustrated you get, as these spikes are slowly coming further and further towards you, it will not budge, and you cannot remove your hand.
On a nat 20?
On a nat 20 for a total of 23, yeah.
You meanie. You big meanie. Why would you do this to the prod?
Upon seeing that Prod's like really struggling to get off this thing, I come back.
No, it's
And-
fine. It's fine. Just fucking loot the place before I get stabbed.
No, but that's the thing. We have no idea how to fucking get you off of this yet.
Well, I assume it's when I flip the lever back up.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
doing an
presuming this is
investigation check.
I'm presuming this is a time limiter thing. I will
Yeah.
also investigate.
Okay, roll it, both of you.
26.
Nat 20.
I'll do.
Nat 20 and a 26,
Which is
that'll
good.
do.
Yep.
As you enter this vault, it is filled with a variety of different things. You see on the back wall a massive gold-edged gilded mirror. In the middle, there's this pedestal with a flame that's trapped in ice. Some weird contraptions. There's books, there's crystals, there's a pile of gold in one corner that seems to be covered in dust. And you notice on one specific shelf, there are 4 scroll cases. The box is empty.
No.
No.
I got a total of 30, baby.
Okay, so there are 4 scroll cases on one specific shelf. You guys are looking for the contract, I'm assuming, not just looting.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Contract.
Each of these contracts seems to have a small horned figure on it. There is more than one.
Grab all of them.
Okay, so you're
They're pieces
grabbing
of paper.
all the different contracts that you can see.
Yeah.
Okay, you pick up all the different contracts and you shove them in your bag. For now, just add 4 demonic contracts or 4 devilish contracts to your inventory.
Okay.
Are you guys going to try and grab anything else while you're in here?
What was in that box?
For a 30, do I know where the source of the anti-magic is?
Huh. Yes, you do. As you enter the vault, you see on one wall there is this large purplish crystal that, as you look at it, you get the sense that everything within a 10-foot radius around it, because you realize as you're stepping into the vault, you can no longer see magic. It's not working at all. And you look at this crystal, and it seems to be the center of this situation.
I would like to grab the crystal.
Okay. You grab the crystal, add 1 anti-magic bauble to your inventory. And
Needs a
later on we
bauble.
can talk about what that actually does.
Are you carrying that anti-magic field with us?
Pretty much.
Then none of our magic will
Yeah.
work.
Within
You're gonna
10
have
feet
to-
of me.
You might have to sprint ahead a couple
Also,
of times.
Also, you're one of our big magic characters, so you just.
I mean,
you're
I could
just a-
hand it to
you're
someone
just-
else.
You're just a guy right now.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
not
pass it off.
just a guy.
I have to
Maybe-
pass it
maybe
off
have-
to Ingvar because he's.
I'd say
Okay.
maybe have maybe
Just
have
magic.
As for
carry that.
you, Darren, you open the chest, and you notice that it has an assortment of... to start with, it is a velvet-lined chest that has
fancy.
3 sort of insets into it. One of them for a relatively short saber blade. One of them for what looks to be some form of casting pistol contraption, though it doesn't look like any sort of casting pistol you've ever seen. And the other that looks like some form of dagger.
With my 26 investigation, does anything around here scream dragon? Or transmutation, at the very least?
Nothing screams transmutation. The bright blue flickering flame that is encased in ice at the center of the room might scream dragon. There's a pile of gold in the corner. And other than that, not really, no.
Okay, I guess I'll palm some of the books, maybe.
Are you just going to palm randomly, or are you going to go for something specific?
I see if I can find anything on any writings on transmutation, I guess, real quick, because we have a time limit while Prod is on that
You
door.
have a very short time limit. You would have to do a proper investigation check to find something like that.
Okay, I'll just grab like the top 3 or 4 books from a stack nearest then.
Okay, add vault books to your inventory for now, and we'll go through them later. Okay, are you leaving the weapons that you found?
I guess I'll grab the gun and the dagger.
And leave the short sword.
Leave the short sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you grab the pistol, you grab the dagger, and I guess you're getting out of the vault, unless you want to do anything else, librarian?
Smash that mirror.
Is there anything else with like a 30 that I can see that would be interesting to me, aside from the anti-magic?
You also notice the blade in the chest that Darren didn't take. You notice the massive sort of ice crystal with a flame inside it in the middle of the room. The mirror definitely looks interesting. You notice down in one corner there is some form of flower that is just floating in the air. There's a few mechanisms around, though they look maybe half finished or not worked on. And there's crystals, there's scrolls. It depends what you want, really. There's a lot in here, but
the librarian would probably be looking for like spells or knowledge. So like any cool tomes, any like magical items.
You can see 3 scrolls on another shelf that seem to be spell scroll cases. And you see a couple of loose papers and what looks to be maybe a spell book of some sort.
Okay, I yoink those.
Alright. So, you grab all of that stuff. Are you guys booking it? Is it well?
No, I'm gonna grab the big ice crystal that's kind of looks like it'd either sell off for a lot of money.
We're carrying a lot as is.
That looks cursed, right? Good.
Yeah. Also, we need to get you off that lever.
Yeah, like we got what we
at
needed.
this point, you can start feeling the points of those things start to press into your skin, Prod.
Wait.
Okay,
go,
so
Prod.
you're all out?
We're all out.
You push the lever back up, Prod?
Yeah.
The door slams shut. And you feel the spikes in the wall start to retract. And you feel that grip that you had on that lever is no longer basically glued to it.
I go, ow! Am I still poisoned?
You are still poisoned, and you can see on your hand there are 6 rows of pricks on your hand where...
Oh, it's a Tory party.
Yeah, 6 rows of pricks. Get it out of your system.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Where small thorn-like protrusions have embedded themselves in your hand, and you can see blood slowly start to flow down your hand.
Ow! Ow! And I use my final 5 lay on hands points to unpoison myself.
Okay.
But I do not heal. How much damage did I take from that? Or did I take any damage?
You took...
Hit me hard, baby!
You spend about, like, 4 turns in there, so...
Oh dear.
12 points of damage.
Oh!
1d4 per turn, basically.
Imagine if we'd taken a full investigate. Ooh.
I'd be fine. Got loads of hit points. Loads of hit points. It's fine. I got 4 temporary ones, but I have still no idea why.
Okay. But Infra just kind of waves Prod over and goes, I do have, I can heal those, you know.
Oh. Lay it on me, baby!
Yeah, so we're gonna use Cure Wounds. I think he's got 2nd level. I know he's past 1st.
What level are you in the magic class?
That's me another.
So do I get 10 healing from that?
I'm trying. Which stat am I looking at?
I do not know.
Your class, like, what's your magic casting class?
Ranger?
Yeah, it's Ranger,
Ranger,
right? So what level Ranger are you?
Half of a level. I'm level 7.
Okay.
Okay, let's look at your spell table. 1 sec. You're a half caster. Your 2nd level table is the same as the druids.
So yeah, it looks like it's 2nd class.
Yeah, it's 2nd level, I think.
Yeah. So that's. So yeah, that'll be 10 points of healing, I guess.
Good stuff! Should we GTFO or should we look through the other door?
Okay, so are you guys planning to get out?
Yep. Where's
I mean, we didn't find the ring, though.
No, but he might just have that on him.
I'm kind of curious about what was behind the other door.
I'll go.
So you wanna
So you're all exiting towards the main hall, right?
to the main room at least, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never
As you
acrobatics
do
to get
so.
over that.
As you do so. As you're exiting towards the door, you hear a massive sound of rushing wind. And this door opens
Oh no.
as Gabriel Blackwood
Oh,
walks out into the main hall.
Any chance we
and
could shut the
that
door and he would see us?
Is where we're going to leave it off for tonight.
No.
What was the heckin' point?
Oh no. Maybe it's only him. It'll be fine. Look, I'm gonna roll to seduce. Everything will
Can
be
I-
okay.
Can
I'll
I do
just
one
bring
quick
it.
check is can
Sure.
I discern if it is the double or actually him?
Roll me a perception check. Since you are the one at the door, you get the chance to do this.
16.
16. As far as you can tell, it's the real guy.
Oh hell.
Oh no. I'm scared.
So yeah. That's where we're going to leave it off for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening. It has been fun. Next week is going to be interesting, or the week after next, really. Next session is going to be interesting. As for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining us. I hope you had fun. I'm going to throw you all at an Edit Ed, who's currently playing Persona 3 FES. For now, though, thank you all very much for joining us. And do join us next session as we find out more about what our party is up against.